Inside of that woman's body are 7 tightly intertwined poisons, and every single one of them can easily kill a person. In contrast to medicines that can revive the dead, those can only be the world's deadliest poisons. And when these 7 poisons are mixed together, even if they are a Tianxian or Shenjiao master, they will soon be consumed by the poison and die a painful and tortuous death. The toxicity of this lethal poison definitely can't be suppressed by the moonlight's demonic force alone. Inside of that woman is another type of medicine that can balance out the toxicity of these 7 poisons. That is body's ambrosia. With only 1 drop, you can revive the dead and mend the flesh and bones. Literally, body's wine. It's a wine from ancient Chinese legends that's said to turn the one who takes a sip of it into a deity. Yes, that is the treasure that I've been looking for. With his eyes wide, Shuofan's heart was in exultation. Whether that woman lives or dies is of no concern to me, but the body's ambrosia that she has can revitalize that egg. Now what I need to do is to find out the whereabouts of body's ambrosia from her. Sister Chu Chu, you. What are you doing? Shuofan put on a sappy face, rubbing his hands in worry. Sister Chu Chu, your hand is so cold. Let me warm it up for you. Don't try and pull this trick on me. Speak. Why did you use your elemental force to search me? Chu Chu stared at him filled with doubt. I saw that Sister Chu Chu didn't look well. And my family makes pills for a living, so I wanted to see if I could be of any help. But I didn't think that Sister Chu Chu would be suspicious of me. Chu Chu's heart softened and her eyes no longer glared. My injuries aren't something that a small third-rate family like yours can deal with, but I thank you for the thought. Who said that? Our Yiyu City's Song family has been making pills for generations. Even my dad is a third-ranked pill refiner, and I was taught by him. If you still don't believe me, then follow me. Shuofan grabbed Chu Chu's soft hand and went outside. I'll show you my true capabilities. I still don't know what I was thinking that day. ACI willingly let him lead me away. Maybe, I just didn't want to put out this big boy's momentary spirit. The pair arrived at the tavern where Dong Tianba stayed. In his rush before, he even left the Song carriage here. It contained the ingredients the Song clan readied for the meeting. Brother Song. Dong Tianba was in glee while Dong Xiaowan gave a bashful nod. Big brother Song. Yet, Dong Xiaowan felt something strange as she caught his hand holding Chu Chu's wrist. Dong Tianba noticed this also and felt awkward. Bro, who is she? My new friend, Sister Chu Chu. Shuofan smiled. Come with me for a while. Dong Tianba dragged him to the side with a raised eyebrow. Hee. It's all thanks to brother Dong. How nice, my brother. You've only just arrived, and you've already scored a woman. If it weren't for you teaching me, why would I have known of such things? Brother, what does she look like? Her body is wrapped so tightly that I can't see it clearly. But judging from her eyes, she must be quite the beauty. This, even I don't know. I also haven't seen her true appearance yet. What? Dong Tianba cried out. You haven't even seen her face, yet you've seduced her. So what of it? Shuofan shrugged. If I'm not doing it for her body. Shuofan brushed past him, letting him stand dumbstruck. A man's feelings for a woman, if it's not for her body, then is it because of true love? Since when did my brother change his personality? Brother Dong, where did you park my carriage? At the backyard of the inn. The two of you, follow me. How unstable. Where did my serious and cruel brother from yesterday go? Sigh, love can truly make a man a fool. Brother, you've fallen. Sister Chu Chu, look at this. His hand now held a scarlet yuan chi flame, throwing dozens of ingredients inside. Yet it was amazing how the ingredients didn't mix. Such precise control. At his age, to have someone that can do such a feat is a rare sight. A third-grade alchemist could, at best, handle 9 ingredients at once. But Shuofan made light work of dozens. His skill went beyond the 4th grade, perhaps even 5th. 4th-grade alchemists were seen only in second-rate clans, 5th grade in first-rate clans. As for those above, they were talents raised in the 7 houses. But compliments aren't enough. I need her to be shocked. And only when she's shocked will she be confident about my pill refinement capabilities, and only then will I be able to get body's ambrosia. At that time, Shuofan's eyes narrowed and gripped the scarlet flame containing the ingredients, putting it out. What are you doing? Why did you destroy the materials for the medicine? I thought you had improved since then, but how can you not even know the very basics of pill refining? By vulgarly placing all of your ingredients in one place. The fire was also extinguished. You've basically ruined all of your ingredients. This lad is just a child at best. His personality is still unstable. How can he refine pills? Chu shook her head with a light smile. Zhuo Fan smirked mysteriously. Being a pill refiner, how would I not know if my pills were destroyed? Do I really need you to remind me? Zhuo Fan opened his hand. A piercing red light flashed and left behind a round red and glossy pill. Oh, can this be? The pill is perfectly fine. The luster and smell of this pill tells me that it's only a second-rate pill, but of top quality. It had a far greater value than any pill of the same grade. This method of pill refining, it's the first time I've seen it. This method is called grasping the sun and the moon in one hand, and it's one of the secret techniques that's passed down in the Book of 9 Secrets. Even the people in the heavenly realm don't know anything like this. An ancient but advanced method such as this, how could the son of a regular pill refiner know about it? If it weren't for Body's ambrosia, this emperor wouldn't have shown this method to the world. But the most important task here is to obtain the trust of Chu. Sister Chu. Zhuo Fan grinned as he brought the glossy red pill before Chu. I feel the coldness of your hands, so here, take this warm young pill. Chu raised her eyebrow, but mocked instead. Your kindness is greatly appreciated, but the warm young pill is only a second-rate pill. It will have no effect on me. That may not be true. Why don't you try it and see what happens? Look at him smiling so mysteriously. Could it be that this pill that was made with a unique method is different from other pills? She chose to take it after some muttering. How can this be? This pill. Chu suddenly felt her body shivering, her eyes filled with shock. She had an expression that no one could decipher. When I swallowed it, it became like a smaller version of the sun, and it continuously generates heat and light inside my body. Usually, pills that have yang characteristics will clash with my elemental force that's of the yin attribute. But this pill, instead, dissolved into scorching hot gases that are akin to the rays of the sun, albeit gentler, which is better for healing my tendon. Most importantly, it doesn't clash with my elemental force, so much so that I can absorb the entire medicinal power of the pill. This is something that can only be seen in dreams. How is it, Sister Chu? Isn't my pill much better than the others? For someone your age, your pill refining skills are the best of the best. I believe that, in a couple of years, your name will be known all around in Tianyu. This old man is already known by all. So you see, Sister Chu, it's only you who doesn't know. Whenever you have problems with your health, don't hide it from me, for I'll always find a way to help you. Chu jerked. Zhuo Fan's words struck a chord in her. Truly, I am in need of an elite pill refiner to help remove the toxins in my body. Hand over Body's ambrosia to me already. Even if you don't have it on you, at least give me some clues, lady. Haha, young lad, you finally appeared. 2 figures landed from the sky. This sir has been waiting for you here for an entire day already. Dong Tianba and his sister jumped in shock. Chu was also affected, staring at the two with a complicated gaze. While Zhuo Fan's expression was grave, his eyes glinting dangerously. Son of a bitch. I'd almost gotten the whereabouts of Body's ambrosia, yet you decided that this was a perfectly suitable time to cause trouble. I'm going to kill you. Zhuo Fan was itching to snap these two's necks, but noticing Chu. It's fine. Just continue being my good child. Young lad, I heard that you're quite power. Sister Chu, the people that were bullying me have come back. Help me beat them up please. Zhuo Fan pulled on Chu's clothes. He was striking an uncanny resemblance to a younger brother bullied by others and asking his boss for help. Miss Dan, is this the lad that you said had the galls to bully you? Why is it that he has no spine? Sir Yang, yes, he was the person that bullied me, but he wasn't like this yesterday. Even when facing my teacher, he was still holding his head up high with no fear. How did he go from being audacious to being cowardly? HMPH, who cares? If it is this lad, then this sir will vent your frustrations on him today. No matter if you're a useless scaredy-cat or an actual genius, as long as you dare to offend the people in my 7 royal families, just your ability to severely wound Kuaihua Forest's Ling Tianyu is worth this sir confronting you personal. You defeated Ling Tianyu? Aren't you also the same person that can't defend himself against the disciples of third-rate families? Zhuo Fan's eyes darted everywhere, then gave an embarrassed smile. If I say that it was him who tripped and harmed himself, would you believe me? Everyone almost lost balance and collapsed. Brother, can't you use your brain when lying? An elite in the 7th layer of the bone refinement realm, and you say that he tripped over himself. Are you kidding me? Song Yu, if you had admitted that you'd been lying to me then, I might have forgiven you. But saying something like this, you're trying to play me as a fool, aren't you? Chu Chu smiled out of anger. HMPH, you caused this mess yourself. You deal with it. Hey, Sister Chu Chu, let me explain. Chu Chu brushed her sleeve and vanished, leaving only her angry voice in his ear. Zhuo Fan trailed, but she was gone. You too. You could have come at any time. But you chose to come right now and ruined this old man's big plans. Zhuo Fan's tone carried a vicious desire for revenge, making Xiao Dandan shiver. Truly a formidable opponent. No wonder Ling Tianyu is in such a state. Such murderous aura, even though he's only in the first layer of the bone refinement realm. This aura he's giving off should only be emitted by the king of the forests, however. It is a pity that you met this sir today, from the Yarrow Wang Temple, residing under the vicious medicine king, Yang Song, his #1 disciple, Yang Fu. This sir is different from that piece of garbage, that abandoned son that's used by the Kuaihua forest to marry into other families, for this sir is the next person to inherit the position of the vicious medicine king. The vicious medicine king? That's the position that can only be inherited by the best pill refiner in the Yarrow Wang Temple. The best pill refiner in the Yarrow Wang Temple. Not only should their pill refining skills be the best of the best, their poison refining skills should also be unrivaled. It's as they say, the #1 killer is also the #1 healer. Life and death controlled in one's hands, that is the true medicine king. So, that's why they're called the vicious medicine king. So you're telling me that you're proficient at the poison arts? With a crack of lightning, Zhuo Fan appeared before Yang Fu. Yet before he could react, Zhuo Fan kicked him in the stomach. Yang Fu flew out, making a human-shaped hole in the wall around the tavern and bounced 50 meters in the street. Huh! Future vicious medicine king? Casting a side glance at Xiao Dandan, she was scared out of her wits. Are you only capable of relying on men to do your bidding? Even if you bring another man, the results will still be the same. Zhuo Fan's contempt and harsh tone cut deep into her. It was no longer humiliation, but despise. Going through the broken wall, Zhuo Fan walked towards Yang Fu, who was getting up. That was very fast. Perhaps you're the only one with that speed in this world. Yang Fu sneered as he wiped the blood from his mouth. You're beaten into a pulp, yet you're still able to laugh. It's the first time I've seen someone like you. TMPH, since this sir can still laugh, that means that this sir is still confident that he'll win. Win? I understand that your Yarrow Wang Temple can refine pills and refine poison. But, no matter what type of poison you make, you still have to touch me, no? Are you sure you can catch me? You secular brat, no wonder you don't have any knowledge. My teacher, the vicious medicine king, is revered by the 7 royal families. If using poison has this many restrictions, why would the 7 royal families be afraid of him? A mist flew from his palms that gradually changed its color, soon letting out 3 different types of light. This lad's usage of poison is very unpredictable. I've actually stumbled upon his poison. Take this, my Yarrow Wang Temple's martial arts that have been passed down from generation to generation. The 7-colored palm of the skies. The palms gushed out a tricolored mist. In a mere blink, it rotated around him like a tornado, obscuring his form. The practitioners of Yarrow Wang Temple's martial arts prioritize using poison as their offense, but in turn, they have neither speed nor a good physique. Thus, their defense can be considered the weakest. And once they attack, they'll surround themselves in a mist of poison, which will force people away. But it's a pity that you met me today. I won't fall for such a trick. Wait, no. He realized something. Something like standing up for your disciple. Shouldn't it be someone from the Hua Yu Towers? So, why would the task rest on this lad's head? That lad may seem like he's here to get revenge for Xiao Dandan, but in actuality, he was lured here by someone to test this old man. This is clearly a farce. They're tricking this lad into taking the lead. It seems that the master of the Qinghua Tower is still unsure of my identity. Right now, there are surely a couple of Tian Xian elites observing us. HMPH, this was a good play. This fight is unwinnable. Zhuo Fan laughed coldly inside as he withdrew, no longer having the desire to kill in his eyes. Young lad, weren't you just boasting about your speed? Yang Fu's egotistical voice came from inside the mist. If you're really that great, then come and fight. Do you think I'm that stupid? That I'll just run into it and get poisoned? If you have the balls, then come out. I don't believe that you'll do it. You can stay in there forever, and once you exhaust all of your elemental force, I'll deal with you then. H. If you think that the 7-colored palm of the skies is only a defensive martial art, then you're wrong. Today, this sir will show you what the most perfect martial art is. 3 tendrils of mist moved from the tornado, like hands, going after Zhuo Fan, their speed no less than his. Zhuo Fan ducked and dodged through the gaps in the attacks. But the tendrils suddenly turned and came from his back. Young lad, you've seen it yourself. Our Yarrow Wang Temple's 7-colored palm of the skies is good at offense and defense. No matter what you do, you're going to die. Those who use poison are the strongest, as well as the weakest. Once their poison arts are broken, that's when they become the weakest. Basically, cultivators with equal or lower ranking than theirs won't even give a single shit about them. Within the 10 ancient emperors, not one uses poison to fight. Once I've broken your poison attack and removed your Yarrow Wang Temple from the 7 royal families, that's when you'll cry. Right now, this old man shall endure it. Young lad, don't think that just because you're slightly stronger than other people that you can bully the disciples of the 7 royal families. Let me tell you now. You can ignore the other royal families, but once you offend our Yarrow Wang Temple, you're going to perish. Bastard. When have I offended your Yarrow Wang Temple? Wasn't it you who came to confront me first? This lad is too arrogant. Gasping, Zhuo Fan clenched his fists. Even if I lose, I have to teach him a lesson. At this thought, Zhuo Fan stopped his running, as if tired. Tired. Yang Fu was thrilled. This is my chance. Sending the red, yellow, and green tendrils of poisonous mist right for him. But Zhuo Fan squinted and with a loud bang, he charged through the 3 tendrils of poison and into the mist like an artillery shell. Yang Fu could foresee what Zhuo Fan was planning to do and became startled. He was preparing to move out of the way, but he was late to react and Zhuo Fan was already before him, his hand clutching at his neck. Poison seeped into his body and Zhuo Fan's face alternated between red, yellow, and green. His mouth and nose were bleeding constantly, but he couldn't care less. You bastard. Do you think you're something just because you can use poison? Bring it on. Kicking Yang Fu in the chest. Bones cracked with a crisp sound and Yang Fu spat blood. His eyes were filled with fright. Psychopath. You're a fucking psychopath. Yang Fu was going hysterical watching dark blood flow freely from Zhuo Fan's face. Zhuo Fan kicked Yang Fu's chest 3 more times, breaking all his ribs. So what if I've gone mad? Eventually, I'm going to die, so I might as well kill you while I'm at it. This is just my revenge. Yang Fu was itching to cry his heart out from all the pain. Before he could make a sound, Zhuo Fan grabbed his skull and slapped him a dozen or so times. The sharp sounds echoed on the street as Yang Fu's teeth were flung with each slap. Xiao Dandan and the Dong siblings who came out of the tavern stared in shock. How could this be? Looking at Yang Fu's wounds, they aren't anything that can kill him. But he on the other hand, has been inflicted with the deadliest poison. He'll be dead, before long. But looking at the situation, Song Yu looks like the winner who's torturing his opponent while Yang Fu, instead, looks like the loser who's groveling on the floor for forgiveness. How can this be? He's someone who's going to die soon, but even when he's nearing his death, he still bears the aura of an elite standing at the top of the world. I've never seen anyone like this before. I really hope that he can live on. But sadly, once you've been inflicted by the Yarrow Wang Temple's poison, you're destined for death. It's the same for the people from the 7 royal families. This is why the Yarrow Wang Temple is so horrifying. Zhuo Fan yanked Yang Fu by the hair. Didn't you say that your Yarrow Wang Temple's martial arts are unparalleled? Didn't you wish for me to die? Today, I'll die with you. Let's see which of us will die the much more painful death. Hold it. A gale knocked Zhuo Fan flying. As a green-robed elderly drifted to Yang Fu, he gave him a pill, checked his wounds then sighed. His poisonous eyes then snapped to Zhuo Fan, glinting with murderous intent. 1,000 meters out, on a tall building, stood 2 figures. It's just as they say. Reckless people are afraid of brutish people, while brutish people are afraid of those who aren't afraid of death. This lad's relentless attacking style can be considered the Yarrow Wang Temple's natural enemy. If the other 6 royal families had also used this method to fight the Yarrow Wang Temple, would the vicious medicine king be this arrogant now? I really do enjoy this lad's personality. Now, I've finally understood why Tian Yu lost. To have met up with a psychopath like him who has no restraint whatsoever, and with such strength too, it's hard not to lose. But how many teenagers in this world are like this young man? Even when facing an unbeatable opponent, he still continues to struggle. Most people's first reaction would be to escape, but by the time they realized what was going on, it would be too late. This is why people fear the Yarrow Wang Temple. Unfortunate. This lad has a good physique. If he'd been taught under my tutelage, he could have been someone of great importance. 5th elder nodded and flew away. But now that he's been inflicted with the Yarrow Wang Temple's poison, he won't be living for long. Fifth Elder, that young man, is he really not that Shuofan? Lin Zitian shouted from behind. Startled, Fifth Elder turned to look at him and shook his head. Shuofan? Shuofan is as sly as a fox, as ravenous as a wolf, as sinister as a snake, and as ferocious as a tiger. That lad not only doesn't look even a little bit similar to him, he's also stubborn and a brute as well. Even if he isn't afraid of dying, he's totally different from Shuofan. Ling Zitian, listen here. That Shuofan is 100 times scarier than him. Lin Zitian was left with a hard expression. The Yuming Valley's Fifth Elder is its tower of strength. He's the most powerful in the Yuming Valley. A young man who can make even the Fifth Elder so worried. What sort of person is he? Big Brother Song. She wanted to go to him, but Dong Tianba pulled her hand. Oi, brat, come and look after my disciple. Vicious Pill King turned to Xiao Dandan, his eyes flashing green. She shivered from fear as she pointed at herself. Are you referring to me? Yang Fu's mangled body stirred endless disgust in her. Picking up on her loathing, Yang Song spoke in a threatening tone. It was my disciple who wanted to stand up for you, but ended up in this state. If it wasn't for you, then who was it for? My disciple was beaten to a pulp because of you, yet you are degrading him for failing? Shivering, Xiao Dandan shook her head again and again. No, I don't dare to. Chimph, you better not. It's uncharacteristic of him to fancy someone like you. If you dare offend him, this sir will curse you to a state worse than death. Feeling Yang Song's naked killing intent with every step, Shuofan's fist tightened. This old man is already half dead from the poison, but you're still not backing down. Do you really want to end this old man with your hands? Despite having a 5th-grade demonic treasure body, an all-out strike from a profound heaven expert would leave him with a heavy wound. At the very least, his inner organs would be damaged. If it's going to be that way, then unfortunately, I'll have to reveal my true identity to save my own hide. Here it comes. Suddenly, lighting crackled along his thunder ring left him startled. It can't be that lad. Ha-ha, yet familiar laughter echoed. I had thought that Elder Yang Song, the Yarrow Wang Temple's vicious medicine king, was a person that was highly respected. It was none other than Sword Marquis abode Xie Tianyang, the one who went through life and death alongside Shuofan. Next to him was the same elder from before, 8th Elder Jian Suifeng, but it turns out he only knows to bully others who are in a worse-off state than him. This lad came at the right time. Shuofan was in glee, sneaking the thunder ring into another storage ring while no one was looking. The crackling of lighting vanished, but Xie Tianyang didn't care. Where did this brat come from? You dare but into this sir's matters? Tianyang, this isn't of our concern. Don't intervene. 8th Elder, this is Huayu City. It isn't the Yarrow Wang Temple's territory. Why should we be afraid of him? Xie Tianyang grinned, sticking out his chin. Jian Suifeng shook his head. Ever since the battle at Qingming City, this child now loves to rebel against injustice and can't bear to see anyone being bullied. That Shuofan must have offended someone, since he disappeared without a trace last time I saw him. But you're supposed to represent the Jian Hu household. So, why do you keep mimicking that lad? And you could have offended anyone else, yet you settled on the vicious medicine king? Jian Suifeng gave a wistful smile as he apologized in Xie Tianyang's stead. Elder Yang Song, this lowly one is the Jian Hu household's 8th elder, Jian Suifeng. Just now, my junior made a grave mistake as he's still young, so please forgive him. Oh, so you're from the Jian Hu household? No wonder, your disciple is so bold. Yang Song's eyes drifted over the two, then shook his head at the breathless Shuofan. Whatever, this sir shall allow the Jian Hu household to save face and shall not deal with this lad. Since he's been inflicted with my disciple's poison, he doesn't have much longer to live anyway. That old devil intended to say my disciple loudly, so as to warn us to not say anything bad about him, especially about him bullying others. Jian Suifeng was clear on his hidden meaning and nodded. Elder Yang Song is famous for being able to produce outstanding students. How could a regular person be the opponent of your disciple? That lad dares to fight with your disciple. His death was inevitable. Yang Fu nodded in satisfaction. At least you're tactful. He then flashed before Xiao Dandan and took her and his disciple away. If he lingered any more, the Sword Marquis abode might figure out his disciple killed his opponent with poison while getting beaten like a punching bag. He'd have no face left then. When the old man left, Jian Suifeng took a deep breath. Those bastards. They only know to bully others every day. What an embarrassment to the 7 royal families. You fool, Do you think you're like that monster, Zhuofan, who can control any situation? After cuffing Xie Tianyang over the head, Jian Suifeng shook his head. Tianyang, didn't you know how dangerous that was? This vicious medicine king isn't like Yu Gui Qi. That Yu Gui Qi at least knows to plan ahead, and knows to calculate the wins and losses, so he won't immediately take action. But this vicious medicine king, once he's unimpressed, even if you're from one of the 7 royal families, you could be struck at any moment, and you wouldn't be able to defend yourself then. Xie Tianyang bit his lip and sighed powerlessly. You must be the young master of the Jian Hu household. Brother Song Yu was inflicted with the Yarrow Wang Temple's poison. Please help him. Xie Tianyang turned to see Dong Xiaowan kneeling at his feet. 8th Elder, can he be saved? The Yarrow Wang Temple's poison isn't something that can be undone easily. If so, how could the Yarrow Wang Temple be this revered by the people? Jian Suifeng shook his head. Tianyang, these matters aren't something you should care about. Xie Tianyang watched Dong Xiaowan hopeless. I'm sorry, miss. I can't help you. All I can do is hope that you'll recover from this soon. And left with Jian Suifeng. In the end, Brother Song met this end because of us. We shall bury his body in Huayu City. From now on, the Song family shall be considered our family too. Wait. A sudden voice stopped them. Chu Chu appeared. He is inflicted with the Yarrow Wang Temple's 7-colored palm of the skies. His body is now full of poison. If you touch him, you, too, will be contaminated by the poison and die. The two backed off a few steps. Then, what should we do now? We can't just leave Big Brother Song's body out in the open. Just leave him to me. Chu Chu bound Zhuofan in a ribbon and vanished. I'll definitely save him. A poison that even one of the 7 royal families, the Jian Hu household, is unable to do anything about. Can a simple countryside lady like her cure it? These 3 poisons are still considered the deadliest of poisons. Once they're in your body, they'll mix and mash together, and their poisonous effects will mutate into a multitude of variations. Aside from using my demonic heavenly tricks to deal with it and taking the Yarrow Wang Temple's antidote, what other methods could there be to cure it? Unless it's... His guess got him in high spirits. 15 minutes later, in the slums, Chu Chu laid Zhuofan on the earthen bed and her hand flashed with a bottle. The instant she uncorked it, the scent wafted everywhere in the room. That smell. That's the thing I've been searching for all this time. The treasure, that is. The body's ambrosia. A green drop landed on Zhuofan's lip, sliding in his mouth. Such intense breath of life. It consumes my entire body and makes me feel incredibly relaxed. But no matter how relaxing it may be, big sister, that drop of body's wine, you should use it on my egg. Faked a faint breath, as though he had just recovered. He was muttering all the while to make his weakened state believable. It's been 6 hours. The effect of the drug is really noticeable. Chu Chu nodded slightly and helped Zhuofan to sit on the heated bed. She took a seat behind him, releasing a silver glow from her hands as she rested them on his back. This extreme cold power, seems like she is getting rid of the last bits of the poison. But I have already taken care of the poison inside of me. The poison from the Yarrow Wang sect sure is powerful. If it could be taken care of easily, no one would fear him. It seems like Chu Chu knows the type of poison the Yarrow Wang sect uses. Wait, no. Zhuofan was frowning at this point. I can't let her notice I was faking it, or my identity may be exposed. So Zhuofan used the demon transformation art to remove the yin energy. Chu Chu was startled, thinking the poison countered her efforts, so she added more strength. Zhuofan tweaked his cultivation method to match her rate of pushing Yuan Qi into his body until, at some point, Chu Chu sensed her Yuan Qi moved uninhibited through his body. The poison of the Yarrow Wang sect, it is getting more and more tricky to deal with. The poison from such a young disciple has put me in such trouble. Of course, it would be hard. Most of the power you put into me has been absorbed. Hee. Zhuofan secretly laughed, creaking his eyelids open and putting on the weak and sick act. Where am I? Sister Chu Chu, you are back. I thought you were mad at me and were ignoring me. Chu Chu was slightly moved. The first thing he says after escaping death is not that he's glad that he's alive, but that he's glad that he can see me. Feeling warm inside, Chu Chu raised an eyebrow as she smiled. Who said I wasn't angry? If you can beat up Yang Fu, who specializes in training his body, to this extent, why are you acting weak in front of me? What is your purpose? For what other reason? It was because you were so mean the first time I met you. Anyway, I know you are a good person. Even with a deep secret, you were willing to take care of me, so I just wanted to get closer to you and be your friend. Humph, like I'd believe that. I saw the entire fight you had with Yang Fu. The way you fought and the things you said were not of a gentleman. Someone like you would not make friends with strangers. Chu Chu has read countless people. She can even see someone's true personality from the way they fight. What she said is true. Why would a ruthless demonic cultivator act all kind if not for his self-interest in growing stronger? Haha, you really want me to tell you? Zhuo Fan scratched his head shyly. Brother Tang, I will have to use your flirting methods again. Chu Chu's heart was growing in suspicion. Her eyes became piercing. What? Do you have an unspeakable reason for approaching me? Well, you can't say it is a purpose. I just want to get closer to you. Zhuo Fan scratched his nose, blushing. You are right. I am not one to make friends. But pretty girls are a different case. Zhuo Fan's bottomless eyes stared at Chu Chu with emotion. She was so stunned that a rosy tint spread on her cheeks. You've never seen what I look like. How do you know I am pretty? Chu Chu was starting to feel nervous as she stammered. Ah yes, I am in the assertive position now. Thanks again for your flirting methods, Brother Dong. Well, I've told you before that your eyes are extraordinarily pretty. So, you must be pretty. Blasphemy, the way your eyes look has nothing to do with how pretty you are. Chu Chu turned her head, afraid of meeting Zhuo Fan's gaze. Who said? My mommy told me, the prettier the eyes, the prettier they are. Your mom is a blasphemer. Really? Then let me see. Zhuo Fan reached for Chu Chu's cloth covering her face. She was startled for a moment before fleeing scared. Don't touch me. I am so ugly that I might scare you. If you touch me again, I will be angry. I can't beat you in a fight. What are you scared of? Chu Chu seemed to have recovered her usual self after hearing him speak. All right, no more joking around. I don't care why you wanted to get close to me. I am going to leave soon anyway. We might not see each other for the rest of our lives, so it doesn't really matter. What? You're leaving? If you are gone, where do I get my body's wine? Where are you going? Don't ask. I won't tell you. This will be the last time I will see you. We won't meet again. If I want to get body's wine, do I have to do it the hard way? She is a heavenly profound master as well. The commotion will be too big if we fight, and it will attract unwanted attention. That is not good, so I have to finish this fight in one move. Killing intent flashed in his eyes. Feigned reluctance in his voice. No, Chu Chu. Don't leave me. I will miss you. Zhuo Fan pretended to be weak as he got up, only to collapse forward. Women were women. Chu Chu's heart turned soft and was by his side to support him. But Zhuo Fan let out an evil smirk as he clawed at Chu Chu. I will force her to hand over body's wine. Or I will kill her and find it. Since she was a profound heaven expert, she slanted her head the moment she heard the sound from the swift attack and avoided Zhuo Fan's move. Even if we were friends, anyone in my path will be killed. The claw passed by her neck, taking with it the cloth over her face and exposing a delicate and smooth skin. Since the first attack didn't work, he wanted to continue. But Chu Chu's expression left him dumbfounded. Chu Chu's features made her the most perfect, most outstanding beauty he had ever seen. This was even if he were to include his past life. So much so, he couldn't even conceive the thought such a being existed. She is indeed a fairy. Zhuo Fan forgot even his objective. A crisp slap made intimate contact with Zhuo Fan's face, throwing him into the wall. She picked up the rough cloth on the ground and covered her face before leaving, with the clear teardrops still stained on the floor. What's going on? Who am I? Where am I? What am I doing? Can't believe there's such a beauty in this world. I applauded her for her beauty before, but it was just for show. Can't believe it was true. Girls with pretty eyes sure are pretty girls. Especially her. Probably the prettiest in the world. It's hard to imagine there are faces in this world that are better than Chu Chu's. Suddenly, something occurred to him, and rushed outside. Shit. But there was no sign of Chu Chu or any trace of her Yuan Qi. At least leave me with some of your body's wine. Now, all connections are gone again. Crap. Why didn't I just go for it? I ain't no horny bastard. I can't do anything when I see pretty girls. Zhuo Fan cursed himself. 3 days later, the Dong siblings were asking around as they made their way through the slums. Song-hee, you there? He was sitting on the bed with his eyes closed in meditation. Finally found you. Nice to see that you are safe and sound. Dong Tianba ran to him but bumped into an invisible wall and was flung into the dirt. Thanks to the 3 poisons from Yang Fu, along with the yin elemental force I absorbed from Chu Chu, I am finally at the second layer of the bone forging realm. Now, my strength and body are on par with heavenly profound masters, who specialize in training their body. Brother Dong, you are from a second-class family, yet to come to me, a third-class family's house. With a wave of his hand, he released the defensive array and walked out with a smile. This makes me feel honored. Please, stop pretending. Dong Tianba patted the dust from his clothes. Your house is weird. Why did it feel like I got kicked out when I tried to get in? Who told you to come in without permission? I have been cultivating for these 3 days. I didn't want anyone to bother me, so I put up some defensive formations around the house. WTF, you know how to set up formations? Dong Tianba jumped, his 2 eyes staring at Shuofan in shock. My guy, if it weren't for all the things we've done together, I would have thought the one in front of me was someone else. In the few years that I haven't seen you, your strength and pill-making skills have increased significantly, and you even know formations? Laughing out loud, Shuofan hurried to explain, stop joking around. All I did was have fun when I was young. It wasn't until Sister Tang and Grandpa Tang enlightened me that I started working hard and fixing up my old mistakes. Let's let go of the things in the past. The way Brother Song says it, are you blaming me? Dong Xiaowan's rebuking glance seemed to be sending a message. Though, in fact, it was filled with love. Aya, seeing how Brother Song is today is making your big bro embarrass. I will start working hard too, one day. Brother Dong, with your talents, at most, you can reach the heavenly profound level. Cultivation is based firstly on talent, second on luck, and third on diligence. If you could get stronger just by working hard, there would be legends all around the world. Whatever, let's not extinguish his enthusiasm. Brother Song, where is Choo Choo? She said she was gonna save you, and she actually did. What a fascinating girl. Where is she now? Shuofan sighed. It's a long story. There was a huge opportunity given to me, but I didn't take it. It wasn't until it was over that I realized it. If the gods give me another chance, I will definitely do it when the chance arises. Shuofan was filled with resolve while Dong Tianba misunderstood. She left? Hey, you are such a passionate guy. But it's okay. Dong Tianba patted his shoulder. You guys will meet again. Just treasure the next opportunity. Shuofan didn't get the chance to explain as Dong Xiaowan glared at her brother. Dong Tianba noticed it and changed his tone. Song, I mean, if she left, that means she likes someone else. Stop waiting for her. Isn't it true that there is good grass everywhere? So, why be bothered because of one flower? Maybe, there are better options right in front of you. Dong Xiaowan was bashful. Does it look like I am someone who will stress over love? I'm just pissed that I didn't get Body's wine. Though Shuofan didn't clear the misunderstanding, he continued to speak. Brother Dong, did you come today just to check if I am dead? If so, please go back. I am alive and well. Bro, I almost forgot. I came because, firstly, to see how your recovery is, and second, if you have recovered, for the better of the Dong and Song family. I need to take you somewhere. Follow me. Dong Tianba then pulled Shuofan. What the hell? But he is so serious. Let's just follow him. I've lost all clues on Body's wine anyway. Let's just go with him and see what I can find. The trio arrived before a tall building. After a long look, Shuofan noticed. This is the Huayu Tower's best, the Qinghua Tower. And the owner is Qin Cai Qing. Brother Dong, why have you brought me here? I have thought about the events in the past few days. The reason why we were being hunted is because we wronged Xiao Dan Dan of the Peony Tower. Of the Huayu Towers, the owner of the Qinghua Tower is the easiest to approach and talk to. I want her to help resolve this grudge. If not, even if we shave our heads and hide in a monastery, we'll meet our end sooner or later. Shuofan snorted but secretly nodded. If the owner of the Qinghua Tower had truly wanted to help, she wouldn't have allowed Xiao Dan Dan to do so in the first place. And the reason why she is doing this is to scout out my identity. But this is good. In fact, I do want to meet the owner of the Qinghua Tower myself. And see how much doubt there is after the battle with Yang Fu. Brother Dong, you were thinking ahead. The owner of the Qinghua Tower. We must go and meet her. Produced a red invitation to the 2 Qi condensation young ladies standing guard. Please tell the owner of the tower that Dong Tianba and Dong Xiaowan of the Dong family and Song Yu of the Song family want to see her. Dong Tianba bowed 90 degrees as he offered it. PSHH, even second-class and third-class families want to see the owner of the tower. The girl snorted. Why should I do it? Shuofan wasn't known for his patience. Entering. Ladies, do you guys know Xiao Dan Dan? She is our sect sister. You know her. But, even if you know her, she is of the Dudan Tower. This is the Qinghua Tower. Ho ho, I am not here to take the easier way out. We won't do it even if you are her acquaintance. It's just, have you guys not heard? The other day, she got stripped on the street by some guy of nearly everything and was left only with her underwear. The two's eyelids twitched as they nodded. Zhuo Fan let out a wicked smile. That man is me. Now, if you don't tell the owner now, I will strip you too and give you a nice tanning on the street. The two recoiled. You dare. This is the Qinghua Tower. And the difference is. Zhuo Fan stared them right in the eye. His killing intent spiked and a soul ripple swept the two. Just you wait. We are going to the owner now. Unable to withstand his cold gaze, one lady ran inside, leaving the other shivering. Dong Tianba sighed. Brother Dong, to deal with these people who judge others, there is no better way than with fear. Brother, you. Let's just hope the owner of the Qinghua Tower is understanding and not picky with commoners like us. The lady soon returned and spoke in a frightened tone. The owner of the tower invites you three to come in. Oh, great. Thanks for notifying the owner. Dong Tianba bowed then rushed inside dragging his sister. Zhuo Fan swaggered in the slowest and most languid way, smirking at the ladies and giving them the middle finger as he passed. Did you tell the owner about what he said? The other lady asked. Why does the owner still invite them in? They should be arrested and punished. Whatever, sis. It's no use. Do you know what the owner said? What? She said 7 words. He is crazy. Don't mess with him. A dastardly grin on his face. Ah. The lady was scared now, her eyes wide as saucers. He was met with no obstruction as he walked with the pair of siblings to Iris Overseer's receiving room. She was already sitting there and watched Zhuo Fan strutting in. Greetings, miss. There is no need, haha. Please be seated. That's a pleasure too great for me. Dong Tianba dragged his sister into a bow. While Zhuo Fan slumped into a chair, thanks Tilda. What are you doing? WTF, this is the Qinghua Tower? You think this is your house? If you piss her off, the ones in the grave will be both your family and mine. Dong Tianba was scared witless, on the verge of crying. I brought you with me because I was nice. If I had known you were so ill-mannered, I wouldn't have brought you. Dong Tianba lamented in his mind as he rushed to make amends. Miss, please forgive him. This brother of mine knows no manners. He is used to it. Please do not blame him. Young Master Song is true to himself. Why would I blame him? Please, do not restrain yourself. Have a seat. Qin Caiqing said with a smile. Thank you, miss. Since the miss said so, let us take a seat, my dear sister. Dong Tianba wiped his forehead and pulled his sister into a seat. Dong Tianba sighed, his feature tenses as if at a funeral. Qin Caiqing giggled, her eyes drifting over them. Mr. Dong, this is not hell. You don't need to be so nervous. Just act like Mr. Song beside you. Dong Tianba right then noticed Zhuo Fan taking a bite out of a random fruit he picked off the table. Dong Tianba's eyelids were twitching. You dare be so ill-mannered at the Qinghua Tower. You won't stop till our heads are gone. But the rumors did say the owner of Qinghua Tower was nice, but I did not imagine her to be this nice. She didn't care at all. But, because of this, things will be much easier to accomplish. Your Honor, we came because we have a request for you. Speak. Qin Caiqing smiled. Your Honor, a few days back, we wronged Xiao Dandan. So, for the past 2 days, we have been living in fear. I beg you. Please resolve this grudge. The Dong family and Song family will forever remember this grace. Yes, Dandan did overdo things. I will take action on this. But I am curious. I heard that Mr. Song, because of Dandan, had been poisoned by Yang Fu of the Yarrow Wang sect's 7-colored palm of the skies. It has only been a few days, but he has fully recovered. The Yarrow Wang sect's poison, when has it become so easy to cure? Dong Tianba froze but for a moment, then glanced at Zhuo Fan. Chu Chu was Zhuo Fan's friend and it was up to him if he wanted to reveal her involvement. If he made a careless comment and invited disaster later, his dear little brother would blame him for the rest of his life. Even though Dong Tianba is a bit of a wanderer, he values brotherhood at least. He is worth being friends with. But things are in my favor. Let's take this chance to see what she knows. The truth is, I was saved by a masked lady. The poison was cured quickly. He was brief and blunt. A masked lady? Yeah, met her in the ghettos. Her name was Chu Chu. The ones there call her the Lady of Plagues. Zhuo Fan fixed his eyes on Qin Caiqing, noticing suspicion in her eyes. It was then that a sudden realization seemed to overcome her, but she quickly hid it. She knows Mr. Song has such extraordinary encounters. Your life truly is highly valued. Your later days will certainly be blessed. Thanks for such positive words. Seems like things are fine. Your Honor, his hand flashed. This is our little gift for you. Please accept it. Thank you for your time. And a coral as large as a man appeared, glowing a faint red. This item was so rare that even Zhuo Fan raised an eyebrow. This is big. I think it is worth at least 100,000 spiritual stones. I accept your gift, but please take it back. I will take care of the matter. You don't need to worry. This is our gift to you. You have to accept it, or how can I be at peace? If you do not accept my gift, how can I not worry? Fine. I will accept it. Get someone to bring it away. Since you accepted the gift, then we will. Hold on. You guys came a long way and even brought a gift. Qin Saiqing clapped tryst and a disciple brought wine. This pot of 100 flowers nectar is only made by the Hua Yu Towers. It will aid you greatly with your cultivation. This is my gift to you guys. Oh, if Miss is so kind as to treat us, then we shall gladly accept it. Please. Dong Tianba laughed as he poured himself a cup. Zhuo Fan and Dong Xiaowan toasted and drank. Good wine. Dong Tianba praised but plopped on the table unconscious the next second. The same went for Dong Xiaowan, while Zhuo Fan was the only one sober. Anything that the miss wants to say to me privately? Qin Saiqing gave him a praising look and nodded. Clever. I do have a request for you. If you do it, then both of your families can walk out of the city of Hua Yu safely. If you don't, not only will you die, your family will also accompany you to the grave. Zhuo Fan perked the corner of his mouth into a wicked grin. Are you threatening me? Qin Saiqing shook her head. Not threatening you. Just conditions. I know you. That you're not afraid of anything. But, you guys came because you want me to resolve the grudge with Dan Dan, right? If you don't, then I won't bother. With her temper, both your families will not have peace. What is it? Tell me. If I can't do it, you might as well just wipe out our families. Zhuo Fan's carefree tone seemed to say he didn't care. But Qin Saiqing found this extremely odd. An absolute mad lad. How can one be so relaxed when their life is threatened? These people are not easy to control. I'm not gonna put you in a situation where you can die. I just want you to steal something for me. What is it? Zhuo Fan yawned. The Hua Yu Tower's most valuable treasure. Body's roots. What did you say? His eyes wide, Zhuo Fan's heart was in exultation. Body's roots. Qin Saiqing iterated. Body's roots are the amalgamation of all the elixirs of the earth. Body's ambrosia comes from Body's root. I lost all traces of Body's ambrosia. But now I know where Body's root is. Haha, the gods are helping me. Zhuo Fan cackled inside, his eyes glinting with interest. Miss is a high-rank official of the Hua Yu Towers. Why are you doing this? Qin Saiqing's eyes showed a deep gaze as her tone grew colder. Don't ask. Just do it. Oh, but, the Hua Yu Tower has guards like trees in a dense forest. How can I? Do not worry. I have already planned it out. The blueprint of the Hua Yu Tower is there, and the route and rotations of the guards are marked as well. With your skills and brains, getting in won't be a problem. Squinting, Zhuo Fan put away the map in deep thought. This is a great opportunity to get Body's route, but what if it is a trap? If it is a trap, I won't be able to escape even if I have more than a dozen heavenly profound masters with me. But this is a good chance indeed. Have you decided? Yes or no? Iris Overseer stared at his face, her heart nervous. Mr. Song, something I have to say. If you were to decline, I would have to gouge out your eyes, pull out your tongue and chop your limbs off to prevent this from leaking out. Then do I have a choice? But miss, wouldn't that be too harsh? Everything would be cut off. Dying would be more fun than that. I am not one who takes killing lightly. But as you've seen the map and still chose not to agree, so as to prevent any secrets from leaking out, it is only natural to take all precautions. You are so extraordinary anyway. Who knows what you may do? What if you can write with your feet? Qin Saiqing gave a silly smile, hidden behind her veil. Although her features were obscured, her beauty couldn't be hidden. She is quite the looker, but her heart is so poisonous. This was something he could understand. This world was one where might was right, and men ruled. A woman had to be vicious enough, poisonous enough, to stand tall in this world. But this is the way of life. You won't survive if you are not harsh. If it weren't because of me, Innocent girls like Xue Ningxiong would have been Hell Valley's cauldron by now. Mr. Song, let us seal the deal. Steal it tonight. What? Zhuo Fan stared at Qin Caiqing. He was impatient of getting body root, but not that much. Who knew the Iris Overseer was in even more of a rush? Mr. Song, there are things you do not know. Body's root will only be here in the yin months of each year. Other times, it is kept on someone, that is the head owner of the Huayu Towers. We are running out of time, as she is soon to come out. Tianyu's #1 beauty. Chu Ching Chen. Zhuo Fan raised an eyebrow. What's her cultivation? She is my younger sect sister. Her cultivation right now should be the 3rd layer of the heavenly profound realm. 3rd layer of the heavenly profound realm. I should be able to handle her. Alright, I will go tonight. Qin Caiqing was overjoyed. Promise me. Released a scent to the Dong siblings to wake them up. I give you my word. The famed 100-flower nectar. It does rejuvenate well. I can't believe that I was so weak to the point where I couldn't ingest such nutritious nectar. I was knocked out immediately. Zhuo Fan threw a pill into the air. A flash of red flew out of him and swallowed the energy-concealing pill, then went into Iris Edifice. Let's see. He was curious to know what Iris Overseer's true game was. Blood Infant moved like a spectre, entering the drawing room, without anyone's notice, where Iris Overseer was still sitting. A cough suddenly came and a person appeared behind Qin Caiqing. Vicious Medicine King Yang Song. Why is he here? Yang Song touched her shoulder and squeezed. Why are you doing this? Qin Caiqing gnashed her teeth as she broke out in fine sweat. Elder Yang, at the very least, I am the owner of the Qinghua Tower. If this gets leaked, how can I stay in the Huayu Towers? Now that there is a dummy doing this for me. After I get the root, I will get rid of him, and no one will be suspicious of me. Doing things for me, yet you are still thinking of a way out for yourself. That boy is only in the bone-forging realm. If something goes wrong and ruins my plan, the responsibility will be on you. Yang Song clutched at Qin Caiqing harder, throwing her on the ground. Truthfully, of the 15 Huayu Towers, there are more than half that are under my control already. The Huayu Towers will soon be merged into my Yarrow Wang sect. Being the first to be conquered out of the 7 families, so what if your situation is exposed? With me here, you will remain as the owner of the Qinghua Tower. The difference is that it will no longer be the Huayu Towers, but under my Yarrow Wang sect. But you heard for yourself too. That kid said that there is someone in Huayu City that can cure your poison. If your poison can be cured, will the owners of all the other towers be willing to stay under you? Yang Song gave her a contemptuous and evil smile. Were you always hoping for that someone to appear? To save the Huayu Towers from this tragedy? Stop dreaming. The 7-colored palm of the skies is made from the 7 deadliest poisons known in the world. Yang Song kicked her. There is no cure in this world. That kid was lucky he met my disciple. He only knew 3 poisons of the poison palms. If I did it myself, there would be no way his dog life would be saved, even if you gather all the alchemist masters in the world. Qin Caiqing bit her lip, a trail of blood flowing down and tears glistened in her eyes from the resentment she carried. Oi, bitch. Get rid of the kid as soon as you get the root, or else you and your sisters won't need to stay submissive to me. Just wait patiently for your death. Women are women. Just stay as a servant and serve the men. You want to pick a fight with men? Stop daydreaming. Yang Song laughed as he left. Now everything is clear. I can go all in. He called Blood Infant to return. Anyway, as soon as I get Body's roots, I will be on my way and you can kiss my ass. The Song family and the Dong family. Sorry, the blame will be on you. Taking the hit for me this time, just count it as returning the favor to me. Zhuo Fan snickered secretly, looking at the Dong siblings without any remorse. In the dead of night, silence ruled. The street was empty, but there were some who were moving around a large building. Zhuo Fan flashed in the darkness, wearing black clothes from head to toe. Lucky for me to have Qin Caiqing as an insider. Or how would I have known that there are so many defensive formations in here? Now, the goal is near. 3 words were gracefully placed on the building, Drifting Flowers Edifice. The treasury, Body's roots. He made use of the patrols changing shifts and snuck inside. Someone changed the formation. Huayu Tower's inner court is guarded with a level 5 formation, the shifting sky and earth formation. Every corner of the garden will follow the shifting of the formation and shift its own position. Not only the outsiders, but also their own disciples will find it hard to know the layout. Being the owner of the Huayu Tower's best tower, It is only natural that Qin Cai Ching knows the shifting pattern, so this blueprint marks the important locations at this time and moment. But looking at it now, this place has been moved by someone. It's not in its original location. Under the cover of the inky black night, Shuofan advanced like a cat through the centuries and arrived at the inner courtyard. This is getting more and more annoying. If I have to find the treasury like this, I'd have to search for it in every section, one by one. Shuofan sighed as he stepped lightly, while also letting Blood Infant out to help move things along. Blood Infant flashed through empty rooms after empty rooms until feeling a sudden powerful force. A heavenly profound master. Shuofan recognized the old man meditating on the bed as being Xie Tianyang's eighth elder, Jian Suifeng. The door creaked and Xie Tianyang entered covered in sweat, gasping for breath as he slumped in the chair. Tianyang, you have been cultivating hard lately. It won't be long before you catch up with your elder brother. Even my dad said my brother is the once-in-a-millennium genius of the Jian Hufu. His achievements in his later days will be immeasurable. It seems like he won't even stop at the God realm. How can I compete with him? Xie Tianyang was filled with fighting spirit. If my power can be on par with him, I will be satisfied. You are talking about that little monster, Shuofan? Yes. Eighth elder, I, Xie Tianyang, have never done things I have regretted. The only regret is that, when I was at Qingming City, I did not put any effort into my cultivation. When Ningguo needed me the most, I couldn't help at all. I really hope that the one protecting her next time will be me and not Shuofan. Sigh. Tianyang, with your identity, the master of the household will not let you marry a girl from a second-class family. I know, but Shuofan taught me a lesson. If you are strong enough, there won't be things you cannot do. You guys always talk about how strong Yu Gui Qi is and say to not mess with him. Didn't he die to the hands of Di Shuofan in the end? I will be the one to plan my marriage, and my dad can't do nothing about it. Tianyang, where are you going? To practice my sword. Of the flowing spaces 9 forms I only know 4. I will be practicing the 5th. What, you know the 4th? Jian Suifeng watched the leaving Xie Tianyang with pride. Seems like the fight with Shuofan inspired him a lot. If he keeps this motivation up, it will only be a matter of time until he breaks through the heavenly profound realm. I wouldn't have thought. Xie Tianyang has put me as someone to surpass. But this is good. With his spirit like this, I can safely entrust Ningguo to him. Why are all these empty? Doesn't matter where the treasury moves. It should be close to the rooms of the tower owners. Shouldn't be near these empty houses. Where are the rooms of the tower owners? Sister Dan Dan, let me kiss you once, just once. Mr. Yang, please don't be like this. He suddenly heard 2 voices and moved Blood Infant inside the room. Isn't that Xiao Dan Dan and Yang Fu? Let's see if I can get something out of it. Your fiancé, Lin Tianyu, has been laid to waste by him already. He can no longer give you joy. Be with me instead. I beat the crap out of this disciple, but he is now mostly recovered. Vicious Medicine King, he isn't the best alchemist master of the Yarowang sect for nothing. Being able to save someone who was beaten to near death has to be at least a rank 7 alchemist master to have such skills. Hee my little princess, why don't you be mine starting tonight? No, Mr. Yang. The girls of the Huayu Towers can only give their body to their husband after the day of marriage. Prostitutes. Both of y'all ain't nothing. What Huayu Towers? Sooner or later, they will be under the Yarrow Wang sect. Are you never gonna give up Ling Tianyu, your fiancé? No. If that's the case, then what are you waiting for? Just have fun with me. Bye. I don't have time to waste on you. Shuofan snorted inside. Mr. Yang, please, I have to visit my master every night. Xiao Dandans gave off powerless protests. What? Visit? Shuofan stopped in his tracks. Isn't her master the owner of the Dudan Tower? In other words, I can get to the room of Dudan Tower's owner by following her. This way, I won't be far from the treasury. I can't pretend like I didn't hear this. Animals, don't ruin my plans. She has to go visit her master. Blood Infant entered Yang Fu in a flash. Yang Fu just loosened his waistband but then felt a sharp pain in his stomach. Stomachache. Douchebag, if it weren't because I didn't want your master to come, it wouldn't have been as simple as sucking some blood from you. But the mission is top priority. I need to find clues about the treasury. Shuofan snickered as he sent Blood Infant on her trail. Following Xiao Dandan, Shuofan soon arrived at a large building. So the owner of the Dudan Tower should be here. The smell of girls' rooms, I can smell it from hundreds of meters away. Xiao Dandan rushed to the door where she knocked. Something feels off. Is there something wrong? Zhuo Fan was startled and sent Blood Infant inside. He found not only a woman but also a man. Elder Lin, do you like me? Her promiscuous eyes landed on the man. Yes. All humans would. The beauty of Dudan Tower's owner sure can captivate people's eyes and hearts. The man was drooling. I, Xin Zitian, like you very much. Why is it that, everywhere I go, I see scenarios like these? Zhuo Fan shook his head and sighed. But he was still a man and couldn't help but sneak another peek. Let's see, it's just that. Can I get a peek of your beauty? He reached for her veil, but Peony Overseer dodged with a giggle. Elder Lin, if you take my mask off, you have to take me. Yes. Of course, I'll take you. Lin Zitian was overcome with lust, as if he never saw a woman in his life. Then, do you agree to my conditions? This, In Zitian frowned and his face fell. Sigh. Dudan, you are putting me in a difficult situation. Of the 7 families, who doesn't know the power of the vicious medicine King Yang Song? If you are asking me to go face him, it is basically telling me to go die. Lin Zitian, you just said, you will love me forever, and you will die for me. And you changed your mind already? I would die for you, but I can't die this worthlessly. Liar. All you males are liars. Peony Overseer's anger flared and roared. Get the fuck out. Lin Zitian left slowly, leaving Peony Overseer in tears. Dudan, I know the state of the Huayu Towers right now, and I know what you are thinking about. But the Huayu Towers are doomed. No one will wrong the Yarrow Wang sect for you guys. If you have nowhere to go in the future, remember to come find me at Kwaihua Forest. Master, a delicate voice came from behind the Peony Overseer. She knew it was her disciple and hurried to wipe the tears away, before turning around. Ah, Dan. But Xiao Dandan's disorderly appearance had her furious. What happened? Were you harassed by Yang Fu again? Did he do something to you? Chewing her lip, Xiao Dandan held in her tears as she furiously shook her head. Don't worry, Master. He didn't get to it. Dan, I'm sorry. You've been wronged. No, Master, I have not been wronged, but you, Master, have been wronged so many times for the Huayu Towers. Stop, Dan. Remember, all the males in this world have honey on their mouths and blades in their abdomens. They say how much they love you and are willing to sacrifice everything for you. But when calamities come, they only think of themselves. So, do not believe in their sweet talks whatsoever. Xiao Dandan's eyes roamed around before muttering, what if there are exceptions? What did you say, Dan? All the males of this world are thin. There are no exceptions. Same with Lin Tianyu. Even his master, Lin Zitian, is the same. So is Yang Fu. HMPH. They only see our outer appearance. They won't put their lives at stake for us. Us females, we can only rely on ourselves in the end. Males, not one of them is reliable. But Master, wasn't there a Zhuo Fan a while back? I heard that he went and caused such disturbance in Qingming City for a girl, and killed the 7th elder of the Yuming Valley. For one girl, he wronged the entire Yuming Valley. Is that not love? Zhuo Fan? I have not seen him, nor do I know what he is like. Maybe he is an exception, but rumors say he killed so much, it became his nature, and he received the name Devil Zhuo Fan. Maybe, it wasn't because of the girl, but because he simply had beef with Yu Gui Chi. But, aren't those rumors from the Yuming Valley? This is clearly an attempt to defame him. Xiao Dandan spoke softly. The Peony Overseer started to put things together. You like Zhuo Fan? Xiao Dandan was beet red, acting all bashful. Like me? Oh. No wonder, you have been so weird lately. Judging by Lin Tianyu's nose, his eyes, and him going out to cause trouble, you are different than before. Could it be that Xiao Dandan was being unreasonable, and shamed the Dong siblings because of me? I have such charisma. With just my name, I can make people fall head over heels. Aya, being too good sure is an annoyance. Master, stop making fun of me. Xiao Dandan was beet red, acting all bashful. I was just thinking, if a guy is willing to become an enemy of the 7 families because of a girl, then truthfully, he must love the girl. So, I want to meet a guy like that. So, you are appreciating Lin Tianyu less and less, right? Dummy, even if there are guys like that in the world, how much luck do you need in order to meet one? Us being the ladies of the Huayu Towers, either we don't get married, or we are married to big families to uphold the power of the Huayu Towers. This is life. Suck it up. Sighing, Peony Overseer patted her shoulder. Dan, I am tired today. Go patrol the treasury for me. Yes, master. Just as I had nowhere else to go, there is someone to lead the way. He called Blood Infant back and slowly followed Xiao Dandan. This is a pillow when you are dozing off. Right on time, meaning the best thing to happen when you need it. He saw before him a 50 meters tall pagoda. He sensed a strange energy around it. Surrounding this huge tower, seems to be an unseen power protecting what's inside. This is a restriction formation. These formations can only be opened in a certain way. If an outsider forces it open, it will attract all nearby masters. But these restrictions, how come it is not marked? Is she trying to trap me, or does she not know? Xiao Dandan shouted, "Open." The energy around the tower retreated. Even though I do not understand the mechanism behind it, it doesn't matter. Anyway, I am here for body's roots. I'm gonna take it and leave. Who will give it to her? Xiao Dandan entered, followed closely by Zhuofan. On the 6th level, a wooden box laid on a pedestal in the middle of the room. Xiao Dandan opened it with care, revealing a dark green root emanating a fragrance, dazzling in the moonlight. Nothing's wrong. All good. Then a black figure flashed and struck her neck, knocking her out. Looking at how much you admire me, I will go easy on you. He opened the box and took the root. How is this possible? A fake. This tree root is indeed very similar to body's roots, and I didn't realize at first as well. But body's root is the concentration of all essence of life. Even if it is just a root, it is alive. It can breathe and move under the moonlight. But this root's shape and smell are the same as the real one. It just lacks vitality. Clearly, this is a fake made to prevent theft. But why did Qin Cai Ching get me to steal a fake? Unless, is it to fool the vicious medicine king? Since it is a fake, I just need to take it to the owner of Qinghua Tower. And I will know when I see her reaction. He put the root in the box and stashed it in his ring. Who is it? You dare infiltrate the treasury of the Huayu Towers? A woman's voice came from behind him. Not good. It is a heavenly profound master. He made the logical decision to jump through the window and make a run for it. But was a profound heaven expert going to let him leave that easily? A thin cloth blocked his path. The woman's elegance and beauty were emphasized in the moonlight, akin to a fairy. Zhuofan couldn't see past her veil, but was stunned nonetheless. The Huayu Towers does have beauties, but sadly, I'm here to steal treasures, not people. Ain't nobody's got time for that. The woman was perplexed seeing a second layer of bone-tempering cultivator coming right at her. This was no different than a death wish. Presumptuous. The woman snorted inside and struck with a cold palm. Zhuofan let out an odd smile just as it was about to hit him. Lost phantom steps. The next moment he was behind the woman, fleeing. But she was a profound heaven expert and she managed to catch up. Her fair hand caught his shoulder as she turned. With a squeeze, Zhuofan halted on the spot. Zhuofan grinned. Instead of throwing her off, he grabbed her hand, not letting it go. At the same time, lightning cracked as his wings unfolded. This elemental force is. The lightning wings were a 6th grade demonic treasure and would send even this profound heaven expert to her doom. Feeling the danger, the woman released all her power. This energy, it's the moonlight demonic froze. Sister Chu Chu. The woman was shocked beyond belief. You are? No. I can't be exposed yet. Zhuofan didn't hope to have been found out so soon, but he chose to make use of the shock to disappear into the night. Chu Chu was left standing there, still baffled. He stopped in a clearing. This is the place for the deal. But Zhuofan cast a look back while sporting a strange smile. There is no way the owner of the Qinghua Tower will expect that. I brought a tail with me. He knew Chu Chu was here. When was there a profound heaven expert that couldn't give chase to someone of his cultivation level? Well, of course, him not using the lightning wings may have had something to do with it. Let's see. What was the purpose of Qinghua Tower's owner, and what is Chu Chu's identity? Maybe I can catch a fish in troubled waters and get some clues on body's roots. Sigh. You want to meet with me, and yet, you are late. Seems like you don't want body's roots. Guess I will keep it for myself. Mr. Song, you are so impatient. You can't even wait for 2 or 3 minutes. But if you dared to run off with the treasure, it wouldn't bring you anything except trouble for the Song family. I know, of course, but you should know as well, these things in the hands of a third-class family are like hot potatoes. The later, the more dangerous. Mr. Song sure is wise. Qin Caiching smiled as she stepped forward. Then, please give it to me. Zhuofan took the box out and held it in his hand. his eyes staring into her eyes, ready to grasp her every reaction. Please take care of it. If something wrong happens in the future, don't blame it on me. You can't tell from appearance only that Mr. Song is such a brave man, and is so delicate with his thoughts as well. But then her eyes flashed when she opened the box. Zhuo Fan also noticed. Yes, this is indeed the treasure of the Huayu Towers, body's roots. Well done, Mr. Song. She knows it is a fake but still accepts it. Then, her purpose is clear. She didn't want me to steal the real body's roots, but the fake one. Reason being to trick the old prick, the vicious medicine king. Just as he thought, an aged voice cackled. Who is it? Zhuo Fan faked surprise and retreated a step. Little boy, when you were fighting with my disciple, I flicked you with my finger. You forgot already? Makes sense, you were unconscious at the time. I was hit by you. Oh, right. I remember. So, when I was beating up Yang Fu the brat, the one who sneaked up on me, was you. You turtle egg. He rushed to amend this. Bullcrap. I hit you to give you a lesson. It wasn't a sneak attack. Rather keep face than die. So easy to trick. Okay, boomer. If it was sneaky, then it is sneaky. Just admit it. And you are so old as well. When I was fighting with your disciple, you had to come and double up on me too. Oh, so this was how the Yarrow Wang sect became one of the 7 families. There sure is power in numbers. The 7 houses' disciples picking on other clans was a common occurrence. But if an elder joined too, and against a third-rate clan no less, it would be utter humiliation. Qin Saiqing laughed, while Yang Song was turning purple. Please calm down, Mr. Yang. Mr. Song is a very emotional person. There is no stopping what he says. Please calm down. Humph, little boy. You are about to die anyway. So say what you want. Stop laughing. Bring the thing here. Qin Saiqing presented the box and Vicious Pill King opened it. His 2 eyes narrowed. Yang Song threw the box on the ground, crushing the body root inside to pieces. Elder Yang, why did you do this? Qin Saiqing cried in shock. This is fake. It is not body's roots. Yang Song stared coldly at her. Fake, how? Body's roots have always been in the treasury. Qing Cheng is in closed-door cultivation. There is no reason that this was swapped. Qin Saiqing cast her suspicious eyes on Zhuo Fan. Could it be, here it comes? Mr. Song, no matter how senseless you are, you know how far it can go. I can't believe you would do something like this, taking a beam and swapping it for a pillar. You think I'm suspicious? Zhuo Fan put on a fearful face as he fled, ready to spread his wings. So, it's like this, if the fake root can trick him, then it'd be fine, but if it can't, she can push all the blame onto me. So, the worst thing that could happen to her would be if she used the wrong guy, which would no longer force her to get Body's roots. This way, Body's roots are safe, and Yang Song will no longer force her to do anything. Just sacrificing a random boy of a third-class family. What a good deal, right? Sadly, she missed one thing. What owner of the best tower of the Huayu Towers and what vicious medicine king? Just some girl and an old troll who relies on poison. Taking care of these 2 won't be easy, but it won't be hard either. But then, something happened. Qin Saiqing, who was closing in, stopped in her tracks and launched a blue palm to Yang Song's chest. Among the loud explosion, there were even sounds of bones cracking. Yang Song was flung like a ragdoll into the air as he spat blood. You dare betray me? What? Zhuo Fan watched her in a daze, his fists relaxing. This owner of the Qinghua Tower, wasn't she gonna use me as the scapegoat? A woman's heart, a needle in the ocean, can't see through it. Needle in the ocean means something you cannot find again. Once it is in there, it is pretty much impossible to get back. The MC is just saying that he does not understand what she is doing, cannot find her true intentions and such. Her, Qin Cai Qing. Don't forget. Your life is still in my hands. You wanna die? Yang Song, remember clearly for Grandma. Grandma is the owner of the Qinghua Tower, the best of the Huayu Towers, Qin Cai Qing. Even if Grandma puts her life on the line, she won't let you destroy the Huayu Towers. Zhuo Fan was stunned. The owner of the Qinghua Tower is so elegant on a normal day. This is my first time seeing her using such indecent speech. But, the owner of the Qinghua Tower has gained some of my respect today. Just the power of a stinky woman. You really think you can kill me? Then, let's see. You have been hit by Grandma's yin jade palm. With a damaged aorta and more than half your veins frozen, there is no way for you to use the Shen Tier skill, 7-colored palm of the skies. Yang Song, this day next year will be your last day. Even if Mama has no antidote and dies of poison, I have no regret. Qin Saiqing charged towards Yang Song, her palm glowing blue as she aimed for his chest. His green beard trembled as he made an evil grin on his face. Qin Saiqing did not even manage to reach him before she started to tremble and vomit out black blood. The black blood was so potent that it ate through the ground when it landed. Bitches, why don't you think about who I am? Look at your palm. Qin Saiqing brought her trembling hand to her eyes and discovered it had turned from white to purple. My name is the Vicious Medicine King. My whole body is deadly poison. You think only the 7 poisons of the 7-colored palm of the skies can threaten the heavenly profound masters of the families? If that were the case, how could I be feared by all the masters of the families? Hee hee. Stupid woman, you really don't know life and death. Despite being wounded, his palm had enough power to end a profound heaven expert's life. I will finish you now, so I won't have to worry later. Qin Saiqing was in despair, chewing her lip in hatred and remorse. Zhuo Fan watched it all with a critical gaze. He didn't join in because he knew there was only one person who could save the Iris Overseer. And sure enough, a white figure flew before the Vicious Pill King and struck. Frowning, the Vicious Pill King redirected his attack towards the white hand of the newcomer. With a loud explosion jarring to the ears, Vicious Pill King stumbled 10 feet back and spat blood. His hand was encased in ice. The white figure landed next to Iris Overseer. Her manner was filled with power and demanding respect from any who dared look at her. Sister Chu Chu, why are you here? Oh, I know. You were stalking me the entire time? Zhuo Fan still had to fake he didn't knew she was hiding nearby. Humph, you stole the treasure of the Huayu Towers, and you won't let me follow you? Is Chu Chu of the Huayu Towers as well? Then, are you one of the owners of the 15 towers? Sister Chu Chu, this is not my problem. I was forced to. It's her. She was the imposter. Take her. Don't take me. Scaredy cat. Not having the courage to withstand the consequences, yet you still do it. Even if I were to take you and punish you, it wouldn't be wrong in any sense. She then leaned over Qin Saiqing to check her wounds. Sorry, I betrayed the Huayu Towers. Vicious Pill King cracked the ice on his hand and glared at Chu Chu. Shen Tier skill, mysterious moon tactic. Main owner of the Huayu Towers, Chu Qing Cheng, you have finally appeared. Your wound, is it any better? Do you need my help? What? Sister Chu Chu, you are the main owner of the Huayu Towers. Chu Qing Cheng? Zhuo Fan watched her beautiful figure in stunned silence. I wouldn't have thought that the girl from the slums was actually the head owner of the Huayu Towers. Damn it. How could I have been so blind? Chu Qing Cheng was called the #1 beauty in the empire. Except for her, who else deserves to be called the most beautiful? I didn't even realize who Chu Chu really was. Did my IQ drop? If so, then when did it happen? The moment I saw Chu Chu's real face. Even now, just remembering the scene makes me feel happy and relax. In the past, such a thing was truly unimaginable. A woman's charm is amazing. Chu Qing Cheng watched Qin Saiqing's wound and a bottle appeared in her hand. Body's ambrosia. Sister, I know your loyalty towards the Huayu Towers. I'm sorry I'm so incompetent at being the head owner. I've made you suffer. Chu Qing Cheng moved the blue veil a bit and let a drop fall on Qin Saiqing's mouth. Qin Saiqing's body began shining in a green hue, filled with endless vitality. Even the grass beneath her began to grow unchecked. The poison on her hand had also retreated and wasn't long before it recovered its white color. Even though this is my second time seeing Body's ambrosia, the amount of life energy is absolutely amazing. It's a pity that another drop has now been wasted. Should I go grab the bottle right now? This thought was on Yang Song's mind too. Vicious Pill King licked his lips. Body's ambrosia truly is an ancient elixir. It's miraculous. Miss Chu, shall we discuss this? Now that the old woman has passed away, you're the master of all the Huayu Towers. It would be wise of you to trade Body's roots for the antidote. This way, your Huayu Towers can still survive. HMPH, Body's roots are the foundation of the Huayu Towers. Without it, your medicine palace would run rampant. Also, the Huayu Towers wouldn't stand among the 7 families without it. Yang Song, did you think I'm a child that will easily be fooled? Chu Qingcheng's eyes with bone-deep hatred. Besides, revenge for Grandma. That old woman didn't know her place and deserved to die. Miss Chu, I advise that you don't repeat her mistake. Vicious Pill King laughed in mockery. Chu Ching Cheng tightened her fists. Iris Overseer gasped a few times and got up weakly. He has been injured by me. It will be impossible for him to use a heavenly profound martial skill. If we work together, surely we'll be able to kill this old man. But, what of the poisoned overseers? For the future of the Hua Yu Towers, even if all 15 of the tower owners were to die, do not hesitate. Ching Cheng, let's do it. Chu Ching Cheng was still reticent as Qin Saiching shouted, Ching Cheng, if we miss this opportunity, we might never be able to kill this old bastard again. There will be no more hope for avenging Grandma. Song Yu, stand back. I might end up hurting you. Zhuo Fan meekly got out of their way. It is said that good things come to those who wait. I'll just watch the fun and wait for an opportunity to strike. Go ahead and fight. Once you're all weakened, I'll swoop in and take the prize. Zhuo Fan had a twisted grin. Squinting, Vicious Pill King watched the two's determination. His hand rested on the gourd at his waist. Miss Chu, think it over carefully. You might regret it later. If I don't kill this old bastard, I, Chu Ching Cheng, will regret it for the rest of my life. But he wasn't panicking. His knuckles were white as he gripped against his gourd. A sudden purple lightning struck, stopping the two women. Who? Vicious Pill King frowned as he turned his head towards the newcomer. Ha ha, Miss Chu Chu, Miss Chinga. Have you both forgotten about this old man? He was Veiled Dragon Pavilion's God-Eye Long Ju, and his spirit animal, Soul-Devouring Crow. The pair behind him were in bone-tempering stage, Long Kuei and Long Jie. Uncle Long? Why am I running into so many acquaintances? Vicious Pill King was frowning, despite his cold tone. God-Eye Long Ju, I can't believe that you've gotten your God-Eye back. It's been a while, Vicious Medicine King. Thanks to my little brother, I, Long Ju, have gotten back my status as God-Eye Long Ju. Even if I were to face you in the future, I don't need to be wuss anymore. Shit. Vicious Pill King's face twitched but his heart cursed to high heavens. Long Ju with God-Eye is my arch-nemesis. The Rainbow Cloud Palm had always been ineffective against Long Ju. So, Long Ju, you wanna fight me with those two girls? Vicious Pill King squinted. His heart was in panic as his hand held the gourd tighter. Yang Song, don't get it wrong. I came this time to stop the fight. We are all guests of the Hua Yu Towers. The guest should act like a guest, and so should the master. The guest's fighting with the master. What is this? Elder Ju is right. I, Yang Song, am not an unreasonable person. I won't make a deal out of you two being unreasonable. But, these two won't give up. I have no choice either. Chu Ching Cheng gnashed her teeth and looked at Long Ju with hope. But the latter only shook his head. She could only give up. Yang Song, I will let you go this time. I hope you will calm down and stop disturbing the Hua Yu Towers. Seems like Master Chu has learnt how to treat the guests. Vicious Pill King snickered and flew away. Uncle Ju, why did you stop us? Did you forget about Grandma's grudge? Qin Saiching complained. But Chu Ching Cheng grabbed her shoulder. Sister. You've mistaken Uncle Ju. He just saved our lives. Long Ju sighed, his voice dignified. Chu Chu, Chinga, you silly girls. Vicious Medicine King Yang Song is of my generation. I understand him too well. Being someone who is more fearsome than you Ji Yu Chi, your act today would most likely have led to a meaningless death. But, I already wounded him. Chinga, did you notice the gourd by his waist? I've seen him many times. Never have I seen him with a gourd. He appeared with such a suspicious gourd by his waist this time. There must be something going on with it. The Vicious Medicine King appears to be arrogant and crazy, but he is actually so careful as to notice even specks of dust. Even you Ji Yu Chi would not plan to fight him that easily. If you guys fought today, it would be too risky. But Uncle Ju, is there no way to deal with the old troll? Long Ju smoothened his beard. It would be hard, unless, if that brother of mine were here, there might have been some ways. That brother of yours? Long Ju smoothened his beard. Zhuo Fan raised an eyebrow. He can't mean me, right? Long Kuei's mood was foul at Long Ju's words. Uncle Ju, why did you bring that guy up again? He just killed you Ji Yu Chi. You praised him through the skies these few months. There aren't many in Qianlong Ji who don't know you are brothers with him now. Xiaoju, are you being jealous? What just killed you Ji Yu Chi? Among your generation, who else can take care of that old turtle? Enough with me and him being brothers. Even if he were to be my ancestor, I would be okay with that. Uncle Ju, is the one you are talking about. The one who stirred up the huge disturbance, Devil Fan? Even in the 7 families, Chu Chu, a genius like you is like the feather of a phoenix and the horn of a unicorn. But that brother of mine can definitely be on par with you guys. What genius. He is just a brute. Wherever he goes, murder follows. Long Kuei spoke in a sour tone. Long Jie shook his head. Xiaoju, it is not right to say so. Whether you like it or not, you have to admit. The Zhuo Fan today, his potential, quality, and ability is far above us. He is just a bit arrogant when it comes to his personality, but he is definitely on par with the 6 dragons and the phoenix of the 7 families. Especially for killing, there is probably no one in the younger generation that can compare to him. Xiao Jie is honest. Long Ju praised. But Long Kuei came before Chu Qingcheng, not at all pleased. Humph. What honesty. How can that kid compare to Sister Qin Cheng? Zhuo Fan was dissatisfied. Yes. Not honest at all. I am very low-key. I came to Huayu City for so many days, and I didn't reveal my true identity. What arrogance. Uncle Ju, the Zhuo Fan you are talking about, does he really hold the power to kill the vicious medicine king? Long Ju shook his head. I can't be sure about that. I am just predicting. If the vicious medicine king were to die by someone's hand, it would probably be Brother Zhuo Fan. Chu Qingcheng's eyes roamed around in thought. After hearing what Uncle Ju has said, I really do want to meet this extraordinary genius now. Then, let's have everyone come to the Huayu Tower. You come too. Zhuo Fan wanted to use the chance to bail, but before he could do anything, Chu Qingcheng grabbed him by the neck and dragged him back to Drifting Flowers edifice like a chicken. The moon hung above in the quiet night. What is this? 4 women. 3 heavenly profound masters. I'm doomed. Zhuo Fan lamented. Peony Overseer was watching Zhuo Fan with suspicion. Why would the head tower owner bring an unrelated man to my Huayu Tower? While Xiao Dandan's eyes rested on Zhuo Fan for a long time. Zhuo Fan humiliated her once, but for some odd reason, she didn't hold it against him. Stop staring at me. I'll gouge your eyes out if you continue. Zhuo Fan was annoyed and snapped. Xiao Dandan shivered and stepped back. How dare you? Where's this boy from? How dare you act like that in my Huayu Tower? What do you think this place is? I don't care what this place is. You can't just let that little girl stare at me while having immoral thoughts. What kind of immoral thoughts? Pointing at Xiao Dandan, Zhuo Fan stuck out his chin and cursed. Look at those eyes of hers. They're looking right through me. Even though I'm wearing clothes, she's still lustfully staring at me. That's what I mean by immoral thoughts. Xiao Dandan was even more so, lowering her head in shame. The 3 ladies spat, finally knowing what hot gaze meant. Their faces turned red. Chu Qingcheng glared. Songyu, stop speaking so crudely. Yes, Sister Chu Chu. Chu Qingcheng is the leader here. As long as I'm on good terms with her, there's no need to worry about anything. Ah, you're the boy who bullied my disciple, Songyu. I've finally found you. Yep, that's me. What's wrong? She was bullying someone at the market in broad daylight. Don't you know of your disciple's corrupt virtues? She knew she was wrong. She was willing to let the matter slide, with just a small payback. However, she was humiliated instead. You brat. You think I won't kill you? Peony Overseer was ready to strike, but the one to stop her wasn't Chu Qingcheng. Dan, didn't he humiliate you multiple times? Why are you stopping me? She was pleading with her eyes, to let the rotten punk go. Do you have a crush on this boy? Hey, medicine can be taken randomly, but don't spout such nonsense randomly. Even if you're the owner of the Dudan Tower, you can't just spread rumors that will cause me trouble and damage my reputation. Hey, what reputation do you have that can get damaged? My disciple fell in love with you, and you're complaining? Xiao Dandan was red as a tomato, but was also let down by Zhuo Fan's reaction. Master, that's not what I meant. Please stop. Peony Overseer looked with askance at her and resentful of her attitude. Then, what did you mean? Looking up at Zhuo Fan, Xiao Dandan muttered, I just think that it's rare for a person to stand up for a girl in this world and even go against the Huayu Towers because of it. I don't want there to be one less person who is willing to sacrifice themselves for a woman. He's a good man. Peony Overseer mocked. This hot-headed boy with a one-track mind? At least, it would count if he had skills like Zhuo Fan. How dare you offend the 7 royal families without having the strength to back it up? You're just looking for death. Sorry, but I am Zhuo Fan. Be glad that he's here at the Huayu Towers. If it were at any other family, he would have already been dead by now. Also, if the head owner hadn't saved him last time, he would have been killed by Yang Fu. As it turns out, the person who saved Mr. Song was really you, Qingcheng. It was just a coincidence. When I got back, I told the Dudan Tower owner about it. I also told her to restrain her disciple and make sure she doesn't go out and cause trouble again. After all, the Huayu Towers is the only place where women are in charge. I don't want there to be any more women that will cause trouble for other women. Anyway, it's all in the past. Yes, Dudan Tower owner will definitely discipline her disciple strictly. Peony Overseer rushed to make a bow to Chu Ching Cheng. We are gathered here today because of tonight's theft in the treasury. Chu Ching Cheng turned to Iris Overseer and Zhuo Fan. You two, explain what happened. Zhuo Fan was indifferent in his retelling, yet he didn't miss a detail. I am the victim here. Go punish her. What? Sister Qin is actually a traitor? Peony Overseer and Xiao Dandan cried in shock. Who'd have conceived it possible Iris Overseer was a traitor? Don't worry, the Qinghua Tower did not betray the Huayu Towers. She knew that I had body's roots on me, and she sent Songyu to the treasury to steal it. There must be something else going on. Sister, what's happening? Come on. Tell me. I'm losing my mind. Rolling her eyes, Iris Overseer sighed. I won't lie. 3 months ago, on my way back to the Huayu Towers, I was poisoned by Yang Song's 7-colored palm of the skies. What? You were also poisoned by him? Now, almost half of the Huayu Tower owners have been poisoned by him. Ah, half. Shaking her head, Iris Overseer had a hardened expression. In the 15th tower of the Huayu Towers, 14 tower owners were caught in the old man's plot and are being controlled by him. I guess, only you, the Dudan Tower, are still safe and sound. What? The shock was understandable. No wonder Yang Fu was saying that the entire Huayu Towers was his. Xiao Dandan recoiled 2 steps. If I hadn't been poisoned by him, he would have never told me this. I thought that, rather than letting him get the Huayu Towers, I could use this opportunity to get rid of him. So I've been trying to fool him. When he told me to get Body's roots, I finally had the chance. That's why you asked me to steal Body's roots, but to enrage him, not to fool him, and turn all of his attention on me. Tower owner Qing, that really was a good plan. Zhuo Fan analyzed. Mr. Song, I wasn't aware that you were smart. I thought you were just a reckless fool. This is bad. I'm just guessing. Zhuo Fan scratched his head and faked clueless once again. That was out of character for Song Yu. Good thing they didn't catch on. Peony Overseer took Iris Overseer's hand as tears welled in her eyes. Sister, it really was hard for you. Master, then did you succeed in attacking the old man? Zhuo Fan sneered. Please, I'm the kind of guy who doesn't use his head much, but I can't believe that you're so ignorant. If she had succeeded, she would already be celebrating along with all of her sisters right now. Why would you all be wailing and sobbing here at this point? Brat, can't you read the atmosphere before you speak? Bad guys can never speak good word. I have yet to let my tears flow out, and I'll keep holding them in. Try not to get offended by him, Dudan Tower owner. This guy just spouts a lot of nonsense. Chu Ching Cheng glared at him, then acted like a big sister, trying to make amends for her little brother. Head tower owner, I don't know what to do next. What do you think we should do? Based on what senior sister has said, the Huayu Towers are in grave danger. Against the Medicine Palace, with just us, I'm afraid we can't do anything. We need outside help. By outside help, do you mean the other major families? The 7 royal families have always kept to themselves. Even though we are close with Uncle Ju, even he fears the vicious Medicine King this time. Who will even stand up for us? That's right. There are no trustworthy men. It may be true for the other families, but one of them may help us. Who? Was the unanimous question. The first of the 7 royal families. Their eyes shined as hope was rekindled. Though Zhuo Fan frowned and muttered, the Emperor's Gate. The 7 royal families. It can be said that they're all arrogant. No one can look down upon them. However, there's one family they all recognize as the strongest. The family that's been the head of the 7 royal families for years. The Emperor's Gate. I've heard of their strength. Even if they are compared to the other families, they are 3 times stronger. Unexpectedly, there's someone from the Emperor's Gate here. I have no idea who it could be or how strong he is. If the rumors are true, then I'll have to be careful. So many strong people have gathered in Huayu City. If I make any mistakes, I'm afraid I'll be doomed. I have to act quickly. I need to get Body's ambrosia. The longer I delay it, the more dangerous it'll get. Songyu, why don't you come live in the Huayu Towers? What? Great. This will make things a whole lot easier. Don't worry. I know you're afraid of the vicious Medicine King's revenge. However, in the Huayu Towers, He won't dare attack you openly. Sisters, let's go. Dan, remember to arrange a guest room for him. Yes, master. Zhuo Fan stood stunned, feeling somewhat warm and fuzzy inside. He had always been cooking up schemes on how to get that body jade sap, maybe even killing someone if he had to. But Chu Qingqing's constant care for him left him hesitant. Body's ambrosia, do I still need to steal it? The night passed and Zhuo Fan walked out of his room. After thinking about it throughout the night, I've finally decided. Tonight, I'm going to attack tonight. I need to find a chance to be with Chu Qingqing tonight and snatch Body's ambrosia from her. I am the Devil King. If I have to kill someone to get what I need, I will do it. I can't let a woman hinder my progress. It would be great if I could get it without any problems. But if there are, I only can say sorry. How strange. How come there are so few people in the Huayu Tower today? It seems that even the guests from the other families are missing. Make way, make way. A rash and urgent yell came from a figure in red moving with great haste. It was none other than Xiao Dandan. Ouch. Xiao Dandan seemed to have smacked into an iron wall and fell to the ground, bringing sharp pain to her butt and head. Watch where you're going. How dare you block my path? Xiao Dandan cursed, but she choked on her words when she saw Zhuo Fan. Who's the one not looking? Lowering her head and blushing a bit. Usually Dan is short-tempered, why is she acting differently now? Zhuo Fan was even more perplexed. He grabbed her arm. Where are you going? Why is the Huayu Tower so deserted today? Aside from a few guards, the rest are gone. It's because they all went to visit young master Huang Piyu. Huang Piyu? Could it be that the people from the Emperor's Gate have already arrived? You're right, and the person who came this time is the second young master of the Emperor's Gate, Huang Piyu Qingyun. I heard that he is acquainted with our head tower owner. They can be considered childhood sweethearts. Since he has arrived, I guess the vicious Medicine King won't dare to act presumptuous. Just as I decided on making a move, another elite of the 7 royal families arrived. And on top of that, he is Chu Qingqing's childhood sweetheart. What should I do? Those two will always be together. How am I supposed to take action? Let's go. I would also like to see what kind of trash that young master Huang Piyu really is. Trash? How could you be so disrespectful to the young master of the Emperor's Gate? Xiao Dandan looked at their hands but did not say a word. Though, it could be because her heart was skipping like a deer. Zhuo Fan's unbridled and rash attitude made her heart jump for the first time for a man. The scene shocked him. From first to third-rate clans, all kneeled at the side of the main avenue. And those of powerful clans stood around the Drifting Flowers edifice's entrance in welcome. This Emperor's Gate, if they didn't have absolute strength, they really take themselves to be emperors. Even the members of the 7 royal families came to welcome them. They wouldn't be able to make the other 6 families do such embarrassing things. How powerful is the strongest of the 7 families, the Emperor's Gate, to be able to oppress the other 6 families to this extent? His face turned grave. Zhuo Fan's eyes were like a hawk, watching further ahead. In the middle of the street, a yellow sedan chair appeared before his eyes. All 4 of them are experts of the heavenly profound realm. The other 6 families promote them to become elders. Your shitty family uses them to lift carriages. Even though these 4 experts recently broke through to the heavenly profound realm, it is clear that the strength of the Emperor's Gate is indeed amazing. I'm afraid it isn't as the rumors say. Their power should be more than half of the other 6 families combined. Zhuo Fan's face twitched and his fist tightened. Haha, this junior is merely an insignificant child. How could I bother the elders of the 6 families to welcome me personally? Candid laughter came from the sedan, strong and resounding, reaching everyone's ears. The heavy power that it contained gave the impression of a mountain pressing on their hearts, robbing one of all power to resist. Primordial spirit suppression. This kid, his words are modest, but his actions are very arrogant. He dares to release such strong primordial spirit power in front of the elders, he's clearly showing off in front of them. The strength of this primordial spirit, no one present can compare. Is this the demeanor of the strong? Everyone was putting on serious faces, with only Chu Qingqing lifting her head, pleased. He was someone she invited. Qingyun, it's been 10 years. Unexpectedly, your strength has reached such a level. I'm afraid that I am no longer your match. Qingqing, don't make fun of me. Laughing, the silk of the sedan chair rose and an elegant and handsome man in his 20s came out. Before you, I dare not boast. The flicker in his eyes was far stronger than those possessed by the elders, and he also had a golden glow around him too. Heavenly Profound Realm 2nd Layer, Bone Refinement Stage. A body refiner at the Heavenly Profound Realm 2nd Layer. it's troublesome to deal with. And most importantly, there's more than one. Sigh, this matter just keeps getting more complicated. Unexpectedly, you are quite concerned, you worry about our affairs to such an extent. But don't worry, now that we have young Master Huang Pu Qingyun to back us, that vicious medicine king should obediently hand over the antidote. Chen PH, who's concerned over your matters? Besides, this kid won't be easy to deal with. For the first time in his life, a tremor ran through Huang Pu Qingyun, and he turned his attention in Zhuofan's direction. Qing Cheng, when did your Huayu Towers start welcomes men? Chu Qing Cheng also looked at Zhuofan and spoke with amusement. He is the son-in-law of our Huayu Towers. What's the matter? Didn't you know that our Huayu Towers had such a rule? This rule of the Huayu Towers is extremely strict. To be a chosen one must be a phoenix amongst the people. It's just that. When will I have such an honor? Huang Pu Qingyun was beaming, but Chu Qing Cheng rolled her eyes, with a hint of red on her cheeks. This kid is too arrogant. He ignored us and started flirting with the owner of the Huayu Towers. Chen PH, I would rather go practice swordsmanship than waste my time here. Xie Tianyang left, but Jian Suifeng pulled him back. You should be the second young master of the Jianhu manor. I apologize for being disrespectful. Please forgive us, second young master. Tianyang is spoiled. I haven't taught him well. I ask that you forgive us. No need. Huang Pu Qingyun walked to Xie Tianyang and rested his hand on his shoulder. Young Master Xie is a genuine person, too. I would like to make more friends like him. He felt an overwhelming pain spread through his body. He could not move, only managing to gnash his teeth from pain and stand straight as an arrow. Second young master, I like carefree people like you. Otherwise, I would be surrounded by people who flatter me to curry favor. I'm already sick of it. Pleased with the lesson, Huang Pu Qingyun let go and laughed as he left with a group of fawners behind him. Tianyang, why would you go against him? I've told you before that the people of Emperor's Gate are the best at imperial arts. Anyone who disobeys them never has a good ending. 8th Elder. I now know how Ninga felt that day. I never expected our Jianhu mansion to go through a similar experience. Huang Pu, I'll definitely pay back this debt. One day, I'll surely pay you back double. Sweat was dripping down Xie Tianyang's face. Jian Suifeng shook his head. While this scene played out, none of them noticed Zhuofan standing in a corner, watching closely. His eyes were cold and his fists were clenched. Songyu, what's wrong? What's with that menacing look? Xiao Dandan asked. Zhuofan shook his head. It's nothing. If your sister got bullied, what would you do? It depends on who did it. If it was someone ordinary, I would take out my anger on them. But if it was someone from the 7 royal families, I'll report it to my master and let her deal with it. Chen PH, what good would that do? If anyone bullies my brother. Zhuofan squinted as he showed naked killing intent. I'll wipe out their family and make sure they never see the light of day. Drifting Flowers Edifice's guest. Elders, please sit down and make yourselves comfortable. Why is there an empty table over there? Could the servants have made a mistake and left an extra table? Second young master, that seat is reserved for the Jianhu mansion. I don't know what's so important that it's making them late. If the second young master finds it an eyesore, why don't you just get someone to take it away? He's adding fuel to the fire. Everyone here can see that you're trying to incite him. And Huang Pu Qingyun wasn't one to miss it. Elder Yang is right. This table is taking up space. It really is an eyesore. Just take it away. Second young master, Jianhu Mansion is one of the 7 royal families. Even if no one arrives, the seat should be reserved. It is really insulting for you to remove it. I'm afraid it will cause issues with the Jianhu Mansion. Long Ju stood up, no longer having the patience to sit by and watch. Vicious Pill King squinted. Let's see if it'll actually cause issues. Is he the entire Jianhu Mansion? Do they have the courage to go against Emperor's Gate for a table? It's not a matter of courage, it's about the dignity of the 7 royal families. There's no reason to be disrespectful to the 7 royal families. HMPH, you make a good point. Then let me ask you, Elder Ju, in whose territory did the elders of Yuming Valley die? This time, it was Hell Valley's 5th elder who laughed coldly. If people don't offend me, I won't meddle with them either. Yuming Valley dug their own grave. Who else is to blame? Long Ju, what did you just say? Both of you, calm down. We are neither at Qianlong Pavilion, nor the Yuming Valley. This is not the place for both of you to settle your personal grudges. Even if you don't give face to Huayu Towers, at least give face to the second young master. The two turned their attention to Huang Pu Qingyun. He was smiling slightly, but his eyes were anything but pleased. as if to remind them this was his welcoming feast. The two muttered and cupped their hands towards him before sitting back down. The 7 royal families can be seen as one big family. Why fight over a single table? Besides, this is the Huayu Towers. Whether the table is removed or not should be decided by Qing Cheng. Jianhu Mansion is also a guest of the Huayu Towers, so they deserve a seat as well. Frowning slightly, Huangpu Qingyun's eyes flashed with disappointment, but laughed nonetheless. Let's go with what Qing Cheng decided. After all, she's the real master here. Qingyun, thank you. Chu Qing Cheng nodded curtly, not detecting Huangpu Qingyun's change in expression. HMPH, silly girl. You didn't understand the meaning behind second young master's actions at all. You deserve to die along with the Huayu Towers. Then, the table doesn't have to be removed. But when Huangpu Qingyun saw 2 figures passing by, he smirked. However, it's not good to have an empty table. The 2 of you outside, Zhuo Fan and Xiao Dandan, were about to go to their rooms when they heard his shout. How about you come in and join us for a drink? He was cool as a cucumber, taking her hand as he walked with a steady gait. Xiao Dandan was distraught over what to do and looked at Zhuo Fan since the guest hall was filled with elders. This was something the cherished disciple of Peony Overseer had never participated in. 2 sudden killing glares landed on the 2. Xiao Dandan shuddered. Their lips moved yet no words came out. But the word they mimicked was the same, bitch. This is truly a magnificent pair worthy of each other, a skillful man and a beautiful woman. Mind introducing yourselves? Xiao Dandan of the Du Dan Tower. Pleased to meet you. Xiao Dandan was tense in her greeting. Lingyu City, 3rd class family, the Song family, Song Yu. Huangpu Qingyun raised an eyebrow. Oh, 3rd class? The son of a 3rd class family to become a son-in-law of the Huayu Towers. What a rare sight. Please, take a seat. What? A son-in-law of the Huayu Towers? Since when did I become a son-in-law of the Huayu Towers? Xiao Dandan had reddened cheeks. Chu Qing Cheng stood at once. Qingyun, you can't. That seat is reserved for the Jianhu Mansion. How can you let these 2 younglings take a seat in them? Second, these 2 are not qualified. What are you 2 doing? Why aren't you getting behind me? Huangpu Qingyun waved his hand, his face became gloomy. Qing Cheng, I promised you that I wouldn't remove the Jianhu Mansion seats. And you still do not allow me to seat my guest. Wouldn't that be a bit too much? She watched Huangpu Qingyun's cold face and realized she no longer knew him. Letting a child of a 3rd class family and a disciple of the Huayu Towers sit at the Jianhu Mansion seats, this is clearly shaming the Jianhu Mansion. He is doing this on purpose, to determine which families can be accepted and which cannot. It seems like the Emperor's Gate has a much bigger appetite than the other 6 families. They want to unite the 7 families. I have to find suitable elders to improve the power of the Luo family. If the 7 families unite, then it will become something not even the royals of Tianning can touch. Zhuo Fan didn't wait for their argument to finish as he already sat at the table. The people were stunned. This brat dares to sit in the Jianhu Mansion's seats without permission. This is definitely an embarrassment for the Jianhu Mansion. Son, sitting in a seat where you are not supposed to can bring you death. Long Ju warned him with a cold eye. Zhuo Fan watched him calmly. Grandpa Ju, having said that, beware of the death of your family. The people were twitching. He doesn't have just gall, he's mad. This guy has such balls. He dares to say such threatening words to Long Ju of the Qianlong Pavilion. Only Huangpu Qingyun watched Zhuo Fan with admiration besides shock. Unbelievable. The son of a 3rd class family can tell my true intentions in an instant. He could now see how a 3rd-rate clan young master became Drifting Flowers Edifice's son-in-law. Long Ju's eye shivered from emotion and shock. After a long time, he cupped his hands in gratitude. Thank you for the reminder, Mr. This caused an even bigger shock. Not only was Huangpu Qingyun and his experts startled, even Long Jie and Long Kuei next to Long Ju were perplexed. The elder of Qianlong Pavilion has been shocked by a threat from a nobody. How is that possible? But no one noticed Long Ju was moved to tears. His soul-devouring crow was also flapping its wings in excitement. Something that connects to the heart. It seems that Long Ju has recognized me. Grandpa Ju is the name I called him when I first met him. Even though there are many who call him that, the ones who talk to him in such a tameless way. I am probably the only one. Interesting. A kid from a 3rd-class family dares to say such foul words to an elder of the Qianlong Pavilion. This is a first. The elder did not question anything, but instead backed down. This is a second. And looking at them, it seems there is something going on between them. This is a third. None of the people there understood what happened, their eyes darting from one to another in hesitation. But before they could pry, a sneer resounded. To everyone's shock, Xie Tianyang had been standing at the entrance, unbeknown to them. The Huayu Towers treat their guests well, huh? Meanwhile, Zhen Suifeng's face had turned ashen. Even the ones with no importance can get the first seat, Chu Qingcheng cried, urging Zhuofan. Who let you sit there? Get away already. Qing Chen, have you forgotten? It was I who had them sit in those seats. Wouldn't it be a waste if the table was full but the seat was empty? Inviting those two to have those seats is better than someone hogging the toilet and not pooping. Since the second son does not want to see the Zhenhu mansion, then there is no need for us to be judged here. Bye. Xie Tianyang waved his sleeve and left. This time, Zhen Suifeng didn't stop him, going after him with a stern face. Please wait. Mr. Xie. If he goes back in such a state, then won't the Zhenhu mansion put all the blame on the Huayu Towers? At such times, we cannot wrong any family. It is the Huayu Towers' fault for not planning well. Please do not mind it. I am willing to set up another table for Mr. Xie and apologize right here. Chu Qingcheng cried in panic. Xie Tianyang paused and turned. Chu Qingcheng being the head owner of the Huayu Towers and being willing to humble herself and apologize personally, is giving the Zhenhu mansion enough face. Manner-wise, we should no longer put them in a hard state. But, noticing Huangpu Qingyun's mocking grin, Xie Tianyang's anger flared and spoke coldly. Ms. Chu, since you already have the Emperor's Gate backing you up, what need is there to humble yourself and apologize to the Zhenhu mansion? I cannot accept it. How could she not get his meaning? It's just that the Huayu Towers are in such a vulnerable state right now. We have to rely on the Emperor's Gate. But because of this, we didn't maintain relations with the other families. Yet, I don't know if this is the right choice. The Huayu Towers are getting more and more isolated. As an owner, not being able to save the face of guests, even on one's own turf, will cause my authority to fade. Who will then support us in the later days? Huangpu Qingyun was immensely pleased and showed it in his smile. His eyes drifted to Vicious Pill King, who nodded and showed a crafty glint. Zhuofan took it all in and cried inside, not good. This is clearly an act to try to isolate the Huayu Towers. With the disappearance of the Huayu Towers, the next target will be the Zhenhu Mansion, the Qianlong Pavilion, and all those who can't keep their worth. If the 7 families unite, the Luo clan would fall. Zhuofan squinted his eyes as he yelled, Brother Xie, I still have a spot here. If you don't mind, let's just sit together as brothers. How about that? Humph, so a waste ute from a third-class family dares to call me brother. Are you freaking worthy of it? If I sit with you, that will dishonor the 7 families. The Huayu Towers, how dare you let a third-class character talk so informally with me? Xie Tianyang snorted inside as he clenched his teeth. Xie Tianyang didn't even turn around, so Zhuofan scratched his nose as he shouted, Pussy, are you too scared to sit beside me? The fierce tone rang in everyone's ears. Everyone was dazed, even Huangpu Qingyun. They were too out of it to even react. Is this kid stupid or crazy? First, he threatened Elder Ju of the Qianlong Pavilion, and now he is calling the heir of the Zhenhu Mansion a wuss. Does he not fear death? Elder Ju didn't do anything, probably because of the difference in generation. But Xie Tianyang is a hot-blooded teen. Embarrassing him publicly, you think he will let that slide? Even if he kills you right now, the Huayu Towers won't be able to say anything about it. Iris Overseer held her forehead, Peony Overseer sighed. Chu Qingcheng gnashed her teeth with tightened fists. His kid, he is being dumb again. I want to beat him up right now. Zhen Suifeng snorted in anger as his body exudes power. Owner Chu, isn't this too much? Even if you have the Emperor's Gate backing you guys up, do you really not treat the Zhenhu Mansion seriously? Elder Ba Zhen, please calm down. This is a mistake. The child speaks what is in his heart without thinking. I will give you a proper explanation. Chu Qingcheng glared at Zhuofan and berated, Songyu, why aren't you apologizing to Mr. Xie? A small smile played on Zhuofan's lips as he looked at Xie Tianyang's back. Shivering, Xie Tianyang turned around jerkily, eyeing Zhuofan with rage, but also shock. He then strode before Zhuofan. Mr. Xie, please calm down. He is just a child. Please do not reason with him. Chu Qingcheng was nervous, yet Yuan Qi gathered in her palms. Xiao Dandan jumped in front of Zhuofan as she nervously said, Mr. Xie, he is my husband, a part of the Huayu Towers. If he is wrong, we will punish him. Please do not be mad. However, outside of everyone's expectation, Xie Tianyang just landed his butt on the chair next to Zhuo Fan and poured himself a drink before downing the glass. Haha, good wine. Of course, the wine of the Huayu Towers is made by pretty girls, so it will have a special taste, naturally. Zhuo Fan filled his cup and Xie Tianyang nodded, sitting there as if nothing happened. If we are good brothers, then sit and have a few drinks with me. Everyone's eyes were bulging out of their sockets. Even Jian Suifeng was dumbstruck. Xie Tianyang's reckless temper flared even before the likes of Huangpu Qingyun from the Regent Estate. Why was he casually drinking wine with a man who just cursed him? Tianyang, when did you change this much? Elder BA, have a seat too. Sitting with this man at the same table does not dishonor the Jianhu mansion. Huangpu Qingyun was disappointed as he spoke coldly. Xie Tianyang, weren't you very unwilling to sit with this man just a moment ago? How come? Laughing, Xie Tianyang waved off his reproach. I, Xie Tianyang, was indeed unwilling to sit with some of you guys, but this man is, unmistakably, like family. So I won't fuss about it. Xie Tianyang and Zhuo Fan clinked glasses just like drinking buddies. Chu Qingcheng was also dumbfounded, her hands relaxing. She couldn't understand what trick Zhuo Fan pulled to calm Sword Marquis Abode's young master's anger. Xie Tianyang waved his hand, pulling Jian Suifeng to sit. Zhuo Fan raised a glass in her honor and lifted an eyebrow. Seeing peace restored, Chu Qingcheng relaxed also. Her pretty eyes landed on Zhuo Fan with gratitude. Qingcheng. Huangpu Qingyun's eye grew cold, severely irked by Zhuo Fan's action of diffusing the conflict between Drifting Flowers Edifice and Sword Marquis Abode. Qingyun, regarding this opportunity, it wasn't easy for me to gather witnesses from all of the 7 families. Please do not bother young Master Xie anymore. Why would I bother him? After all, I came for you. Let's do this, shall we? With all 7 families present, let us remove all ties the Drifting Flowers Edifices have with the Pill King Hall. Chu Qingcheng was happy. This is great. With the Emperor's Gate supporting us, the old thief will be forced to give us the antidote. What she didn't know, however, was that vicious Pill King was also anticipating this. Today, with the 7 families here, I want everyone to be witnesses to this. Yang Song, let go of all the grudges between us, the Drifting Flowers Edifices and you. What grudges? I do not understand what you mean. Have I perhaps turned up uninvited? Yang Song, do not act stupid. Today, elders from all 7 families are present. And there is the second young master from the Emperor's Gate here. There will be no discussion. If you do not give us the antidote to the Rainbow Cloud Palm, then do not hope to walk out of here alive today. The others kept silent, watching the events unfold. Hee, Elder Yang. If it is true that you poisoned the disciples of the Drifting Flowers Edifices, then why don't you give us the antidote, so there will be no harm between the two of you? You are indeed correct. Snickering, Vicious Pill King cupped his hands at Huangpu Qingyun, but his sinister eyes stared right at Chu Qingcheng. I did hurt the owner, but the antidote cannot be given to anyone. Yang Song, the nerve of you, not giving face, even when it is the Emperor's Gate. Do you really want me to go to the Emperor and ask him to handle this matter? But Huangpu Qingyun lightly waved it off. The Emperor has to take care of millions of things every day. How will he have the energy to deal with the 7 families' problems? Last time, the Veiled Dragon Pavilion and Hell Valley both received 50 beatings from the Emperor because of the matters in Windgaze City. No one benefited from it, and the other 5 families got a warning as well. And then Windgaze City became restricted, and none from the 7 families were allowed to set foot in there. Zhuo Fan sneered inside, knowing where this was going. If the Emperor's Gate truly has the intention to unite the 7 families, then they will have to manage all the problems within the 7 families with their own hands. If the 7 families had any grudges between them and they all went to the Emperor, then being the head of the 7 families would mean nothing. They were quick to assume authority. Seems like the Emperor's Gate does have the ambition to unite the 7. Chu Qingcheng took a deep breath to calm her anger. Qingyun, you are correct, but this thief, leave it to me. Huangpu Qingyun held his hand in interruption and spoke to Vicious Pill King. Elder Yang, not even giving me face, do you not respect the Emperor's Gate, or do you not respect me? Second young master, you are mistaken. The antidote truly cannot be given. What kind of people would have their things stolen, and then have gifts given to the thieves? Oh, how so? Grinning, Vicious Pill King looked at Chu Qingcheng in askance, speaking with a sly smile. Owner Chu, don't tell me you forgot about Chu Qingtian. Shivering, tears welled in Chu Qingcheng as she clenched her fists. Bottomless rage and overflowing killing intent surged. Such killing intent, this is my first time seeing. Chu Qingcheng lose control of her emotions. The drifting flowers edifices sent Chu Qingtian to join my sect. I saw that he was smart. I taught him everything I had. In the end, he stole the formula for the antidote to the rainbow cloud palm. In the end, I was not capable. He died because he tried to make the pill and failed, while poisoning many in the process. Do you blame this on me as well? Yeah. He was my sect brother. He could have become the next in line. Sadly, not understanding the grace given to him in addition to being ignorant, he thought he could make the pill by himself. In the end, he lost his life. You can't blame others. This sect brother of mine, the only thing I admired about him was his talent in making pills. But his personality, he was too full of himself. In the end, he did something bad and harmed all in the drifting flowers edifices. You can only say he was incapable. Shut up. Chu Qingcheng's anger flared and her eyes reddened as she watched the evil pair. The others jerked in fright. Throwing a disdainful gaze at her, Vicious Pill King snorted. Second young master, if you were to put the Emperor's gate into our shoes, would you make an antidote for a spy? That does make sense. Huangpu Qingyun nodded. Everyone's eyes were on him in a split second. What? He came to help the drifting flowers edifices. Why did he say something that was favorable towards the Pill King Hall? Only Zhuo Fan knew this was coming, calmly tasting the fine wine. Second young master, there were reasons for that. The Pill King Hall tried to do something to the owner first. Humph. Who, in the 7 families, doesn't hold a little grudge with another? Does that make it justified to send someone as a spy? If we go by what you said, aren't those in Hell Valley part of the Veiled Dragon Pavilion? And all those of the Veiled Dragon Pavilion spies of Hell Valley? Elders began nodding at this. What he said is correct. Even if there are grudges and fights with spears and blades, sending spies to the other family on the other hand, that's just low. It is degrading towards the name of the 7 families. Enough. Huangpu Qingyun's shout drowned the 2 sides bickering. Since the elders from each family and I are here, let me make a judgment. With all the elders here as witnesses, let go of the grudges between you two, all right? Yang Song cupped his hands, all to your judgment. Turning to Chu Qingcheng, she let out a ragged breath and nodded. Good, I hereby announce my judgment. Elder Yang will give the antidote to the rainbow cloud palm, and there will be no exceptions. But the drifting flowers edifices were in the wrong first. For the sake of justice, Elder Yang can pick anything from the drifting flowers edifices as compensation. The drifting flowers edifices did not want to give out their treasure, which is why they have yet to get the antidote. Otherwise, they would have traded with Yang Song. His judgment seems fair, but it is most beneficial to Yang Song. In a blink, they all understood, flickering their eyes from one to another. She noticed Yang Song's cunning smile and came to realize it was a trap all along. They planned this from the start. Second young master judges fairly. I have no problems with it. In that case, I will take the body roots. Vicious Pill King laughed. No. Chu Qingcheng was enraged. The treasure of the drifting flowers edifices will not be given to you under any circumstances. Qingcheng, you invited me to judge. Huangpu Qingyun barked. Now that I have made the most just judgment, you take it back. Are you trying to make a fool of me? So this is why, it looked as though Qingyun came because of Chu Qingcheng, but really, it was for the Pill King Hall. With this excuse, the Emperor's Gate has successfully taken part in their dispute. With the Emperor's Gate in this, no other family will want to help the drifting flowers edifices. But the last resort, a childhood friend, has brought the most cold-hearted betrayal. Traitor. Chu Qingcheng glared at Huangpu Qingyun with tears in her eyes. As if unable to look his former sweetheart in the eyes, Huangpu Qingyun turned his head and sighed. Qingcheng, things are settled. Do not be so hard on yourself anymore. Doing so is for the good of the drifting flowers edifices. Blasphemy. Without the body roots, what else does the drifting flowers edifices have? Peony Overseer's temper flared and cursed him. If there is no one left, what would you have then? In any case, we have settled this. I have made my judgment. Now that I have judged, act accordingly. The wrath of the Emperor's Gate is not something you can endure. Peony Overseer turned mute. However, a sneer echoed around. Young Master Huang Piyu, if I did not hear you wrong, You said you would judge and the elders here would be witnesses. Now that you have judged, it is then the elders' turn to discuss this, right? This shocked everyone, turning to find the brazen man. He dares taunt the regent estate at this time. The audacity. This is a grudge between the drifting flower edifices and the Pill King Hall. When was it your turn to talk? Huangpu Qingyun glared. Zhuo Fan shook his head and embraced Xiao Dandan. Lifting a taunting eyebrow at Huangpu Qingyun, I am a husband-in-law in the drifting flower edifices. If I have no right to talk about things involving the drifting flower edifices, then who the fuck gave you the right to voice your bullshit here? Huangpu Qingyun's fury resulted in unleashing his power, launching a sudden palm attack. Not even Zhuo Fan would dare take a palm backed by a second layer of profound heaven cultivator. However, he didn't look the slightest bit worried. He knew someone would save him. A white silk ribbon seized the palm. He turned to see the cold Chu Ching Cheng staring back. Ching Cheng, what is your purpose in doing this? Are you trying to break the law? Chu Ching Cheng spat through gnashed teeth. Song Yu is right. The second young master has made his judgment, and now it is the elders' turn to judge if your judgment was just. You won't take back what you said, will you? After muttering to himself, Huangpu Qingyun snorted in anger. Fine. Then let's have all the elders here judge whether my judgment was just or not. He returned to his seat. His cold eyes gleamed over the crowd. Tell me, was my judgment right or wrong? The hearts of everyone seized. They shook their heads then glared at Zhuo Fan. Great. Now that the ball has been kicked to us, if we say even a single word against him, then won't that mean wronging the entire regent estate? Mulling for a moment, Hell Valley's fifth elder stood up laughing. The judgment made by the second young master was clearly fair. I have no thoughts on this. Elder Wu Shuo is a wise man. Young master, I am satisfied with everything. After seeing Peony Overseer's riveting gaze, then Huangpu Qingyun's, Merrywood's Lin Zitian cupped his hands. Young master's judgment was just. I have nothing to say, nor do I feel any dissatisfaction. Lin Zitian, you. Peony Overseer's eyes burned with towering flames of rage, her breath ragged in a desperate attempt to hold it in. Meanwhile, Lin Zitian simply avoided her gaze. Huangpu Qingyun had a pleased smile when he saw Chu Qingqing's sour face. He turned to Long Ju. Next up, Elder Ju of the Veiled Dragon Pavilion. Voice your opinion. Taking a deep breath, Long Ju thought it over. Young master, Long Ju thinks also that your judgment was FAI. Chu Qingcheng was ashen and Huangpu Qingyun was beaming from happiness. Then Zhuo Fan pursed his lips, casually saying, Grandpa Ju, speak cautiously. Zhuo Fan's tone was flat, but all knew its meaning. This youth dares to threaten Elder Ju again? Long Ju didn't mind it at the start, because he is from the younger generation, but a second time. This is unacceptable. He spoke to Long Ju with disrespect, not just once, but many times. Just, who is this kid? If Long Ju does not take action and teach this kid a lesson, then won't the name of the Veiled Dragon Pavilion be sullied? Hell Valley's fifth elder seized the chance to mock him. Long Ju, being taunted by someone of a younger generation so many times, yet you still have not taken action. You do have a nice temper. Though Long Ju didn't care, all his focus was on what to say next. Looking at Zhuo Fan again, he noticed the deep determination his eyes hid. Long Ju then gnashed his teeth. Fine then, I'll gamble. Young master, Long Ju thinks your judgment is unfair. Even though the drifting flower edifices were in the wrong first, having them bring out their most precious treasure however, that is cutting their right to live. What difference is there, compared to destroying the entirety of the drifting flower edifices? Even though it is just one statement, it is the equivalent of going against the entire regent estate. But, Zhu Fan has never made a wrong decision. Never. I am willing to trust him. Shock beyond belief. No one saw this coming. To think that Long Ju would say something like this to help the drifting flower edifices. This is straight up standing up to the regent estate. Just one sentence, and it changed Elder Ju of the Veiled Dragon Pavilion's decision. What is his past? Having more influence than me, the second young master? Huangpu Qingyun disregarded Long Ju and stared at Zhuo Fan. Indeed, Huangpu Qingyun discovered Long Ju had already made up his mind of forsaking Drifting Flower's edifice. However, those few words from Zhuo Fan set Veiled Dragon Pavilion against Regent Estate. In fact, he wasn't the only one who noticed. Everyone else there realized this but chose to abstain from revealing it. Yet their eyes never left Zhuo Fan. What about the Sword Marquis's abode? What is your opinion? Xie Tianyang patted Jen Suifeng before he could rise and laughed. Elder B.A. I will take care of this. Tian Yang. This will affect the future of the Sword Marquis's abode. You have to. Xie Tianyang waved his warning off. I know, sneering at Huangpu Qingyun with a slanted look. Then toasted with Zhuo Fan again. Mate. I see you as family at first sight. You really are the Drifting Flower Tower's son-in-law, right? Yes. Rolling his eyes, Zhuo Fan didn't know what he was going for. Hee. Xie Tianyang laughed as he pointed at Xiao Dandan. Then kiss your wife. Prove it. Zhuo Fan glared at Xie Tianyang and cursed softly. What do you mean? Wanna get beaten? Oi, I know you want me to support you, but if you don't do what I say, then I won't know who I will vote for. Jian Suifeng shouted. Tian Yang, the future of the family is to be decided at this moment. How can he take it like a child's game? Elder BA, trust me. I know what I am doing. Xie Tianyang showed a reassuring glance. Jian Suifeng had never before seen him look so serious. I have never seen Tian Yang so serious. I trust that he will not view the future of the family as a child's game. Hurry up. Zhuo Fan clenched his fists and was itching to wipe that grin off Xie Tianyang's face with his fists. But he chose to endure, glaring at him. All right, Xie Tianyang. Zhuo Fan embraced Xiao Dandan and French kissed the girl in front of the whole crowd. Xiao Dandan's mind went blank. When he saw Xie Tianyang's ridiculously pleased grin, Zhuo Fan couldn't help but curse. What are you trying to do by having me do this? If you want to play with girls, go find your own. Don't laugh at me. Haha, so this day has come to you too. If I tell her about this, then she will cut you off completely. Xie Tianyang laughed and slapped the table in joy. So childish. Everyone watched Sword Marquis's abode's young master in a daze. Those two knew each other. Vote. Shaking his head, Zhuo Fan sighed. All right. Xie Tianyang turned to Huangpu Qingyun and taunted with his eyebrows. Young master. I will never support you. So, the Sword Marquis's abode thinks your judgment is unfair. Huangpu Qingyun clenched his fists in rage. Fine. You've got some balls. Just you wait. Xie Tianyang lifted his head in confidence, ready to fight back. With this, the verdict was a tie. Chu Qingcheng was overjoyed and expressed her thanks to Xie Tianyang. She then said to Huangpu Qingyun, since the judgment was not agreed upon by all, this judgment is then vetoed. Who said so? Have you forgotten about the Regent estate? Zhuo Fan sneered. Ha! First time hearing that the judge can vote. As soon as the Regent estate began judging, you forfeited your right to vote. Gnashing his teeth, Huangpu Qingyun glared at him. You again. If it weren't for you, the Drifting Flower Towers would have surrendered already. This Ute, I will have to kill you myself. If the young master is unhappy with the results, I have a suggestion. Why don't we all take a step back? Elder Yang will give the antidote, and everything besides the body roots of the Drifting Flower Towers can be picked. How about that? No, unless it is the body roots. I don't care about anything else. Zhuo Fan perked the corner of his mouth as if he was expecting this. If you want the body roots, there is a way. But, it is the treasure of the Drifting Flower Towers. You can't take it for free. Do so with your power. What do you mean? Easy. Soon, it will be the 100-pill ceremony. Let's have the roots as the reward. Whoever becomes the champion will get the root. Haha, good. I do want to see who can stand up to me in terms of pill making. Vicious Pill King cackled, thinking he had it in the bag. Pill making to get the treasure, who can compare to the Vicious Pill King? It is worth a try. Huangpu Qingyun muttered for a while then agreed. Good. Then, that is how things will be. Chu Qingcheng and the rest were filled with worry. Wait. Enough. I am tired. Let's end the dinner here. Chu Qingcheng's face was frosty, her eyes cold. Huangpu Qingyun paused but didn't turn around. Why? Chu Qingcheng said. Qingcheng, I gave you the chance, but you didn't take it. This is for the better of the family. No one can change it. Huangpu Qingyun's eyes flashed with regret. If you, the Drifting Flower Towers, were more humble, you wouldn't be in your current state. In Chu Qingcheng's moment of loss, Vicious Pill King crept over with a vicious smile. Owner Chu, you picked the wrong person. Compared to the medicine pill sect, the one who truly wants the body roots is the Regent estate. What? Chu Qingcheng was startled. Hehe, did the old woman not tell you? The Regent estate asked her for the body roots. However, she was unwilling to give it up. And so, now that it's come to this, I'll let you in on a secret. Did you really think that I had the strength to beat the old woman back then? After all, she was the owner of a drifting flowers edifice who assisted the third-generation head owner, an expert at the peak of the heavenly profound realm. A bad feeling began to seize Chu Qingcheng's heart. That's right. You should have already guessed it. Back then, the one who beat her to death was an expert from the Regent estate. Silly girl. Did you really think that just because you were a childhood friend of their second young master, you could rely on the Regent estate to stand up for you? In fact, you've led the enemy straight to you. Vicious Pill King's unrestrained laughter was filled with disdain as he took his leave. What have I done? Chu Qingcheng shivered and collapsed. Her eyes empty and tears streamed down her cheeks. Meanwhile, Zhuo Fan and Xiao Dandan left the hall, and saw the veiled dragon pavilion with Sword Marquis's abode waiting for them in a remote corner. With a grin, Zhuo Fan walked straight to them. Why are you still following me? Don't you have someplace else to be? You did that kind of thing to me. I am now yours. And yet, you're so mean to me. What did I do? It was just a kiss. It wasn't a big deal. Wasn't that just to get the Sword Marquis's abode to save the drifting flower edifices? Don't mention this matter ever again. I have no relation to you. Xiao Dandan was like an obedient child, though in her heart, she felt miserable. Song Yu, are they looking for you because you insulted them at the banquet? If that's the case, then if we're fast, we can get away from them. Yes, but this is a matter between men. Stay out of it. Also, from now on, stay away from me. Zhuo Fan wrested his hand from her grip without hesitation and walked forward. Xiao Dandan was sad but worried for his sake. She thought of something and quickly rushed off. Gentlemen, Zhuo Fan sported a faint smile, putting on the thunder ring from his storage ring. Long time no see. Sparks traveled across it and Xie Tianyang's reacted in kind. So, it really is you. If you hadn't called me a pussy, I wouldn't have believed it was you. By the way, where's my sister-in-law? Xie Tianyang's eyebrows danced on purpose. Fuck off. Brother, Long Ju asked sternly. I want to ask you what you were doing. Do you know that we have just offended the Regent estate in every way possible? Brother. Are you, Zhuo Fan? Long Kue cried out. What? His Zhuo Fan? Jian Suifeng and Long Jie were also in shock. Now they knew why Long Ju and Xie Tianyang sold their face to a kid, to the point they openly defied Regent estate. Yes. Zhuo Fan, what was your intent? I trust you must have had a good reason to do that. Don't tell me. You sold me out again. We're supposed to be brothers who live and die together. Both of you are people I, Zhuo Fan, trust the most. I would never put you in a precarious position, unless there was a reason to. It's just that, when you're in danger, it's better to plan ahead. What do you mean? Don't you get it? The Regent estate wants to unify the 7 royal families. What? Unify the 7 families? How do you know about this? Zhuo Fan slowly shook his head. I don't. I'm just guessing. When Huang Piyu got off the palanquin, he humiliated Xie Tianyang who refused to greet him. At the time, it was an act of an arrogant child. Later on, during the debate about the table was when his tricks began. On the surface, it looked like he intended to vent by humiliating the Sword Marquis's abode. But he achieved 2 goals, in fact. First, he weakened the position of the drifting flower edifice's head owner and also sowed discord between the drifting flower edifices and the Sword Marquis's abode. The second eye was to divide the families into 3 categories: obedient, disobedient, and opportunistic. It's obvious that the Hell Valley and Pill King Hall are considered obedient. Meanwhile, the drifting flower edifices, Veiled Dragon Pavilion, and Sword Marquis's abode opposed him. Of course, they'll be considered disobedient. As for the Misty Forest, they're wholly opportunists. They all broke out in cold sweat. If Zhuo Fan was right, the strongest of the 7 houses was going to declare war on them. The Regent estate. To summarize, the Regent estate aims to unify the 7 families, and you've been put on their list of people who must be eliminated. Instead of getting beaten without putting up a fight, it's better to go against them now and fight them until the end. So that's how it is. I understand now. He's the son of a great family. Why else would he do such trivial things? The reason for Huang Piyu's extremely rude and offensive behavior is because of this. He wasn't being fickle. He was finding out which families needed to be dealt with. If what Zhuo Fan is saying is true, then the strongest of the 7 families, the Regent estate, will declare war on us and eliminate us one by one, until the 7 families are unified. But, this is just an assumption. If what you're saying isn't the case, then we're at war with the Regent estate for no reason at all. Nodding, Zhuo Fan's eyes turned cold. That's true, But just think for a moment. You would rather be prepared than be caught off guard. It's better to choose the lesser of two evils. If it were me, what's wrong if we're against them? If there was so much as a slightest hint of disobedience, I'd destroy them all. Shivering, Long Ju and Jen Suifeng exchanged a glance and admired him inside. This boy is both ruthless and decisive, a real talent. Okay. It's said that one should always keep their guard up. Let's assume, for now, that they have been plotting the takeover of the Drifting Flowers edifices. But with the Drifting Flowers edifices being in such a sorry state, it's merely a pawn that we can lose. Now, you want us to form an alliance with them and join the war against the Regent estate? Jian Suifeng gave him a praising glance. This kid, he's finally thinking about his family. The Drifting Flowers edifices are indeed the weakest of the 7 families, and it's been on the verge of destruction. That's why the Regent estate is aiming for it first. However, think about this. Once the Drifting Flowers edifices are gone, who's going to be their next target? They all then realized, shock. The Drifting Flowers edifices are a gateway for them. Once it breaks open and the Regent estate goes through it, they will invade the other families. Moreover, there's the Drifting Flowers edifices. We know who their target is. If the Drifting Flowers edifices get destroyed, there's no way to know who their next target will be after this. They all nodded, with some people's eyes flashing with resolve. Even Long Kuei, who always looked for chances to nitpick with him, had to agree. So, what do you get out of this? From what I know about you, you'd never do something that doesn't benefit you. Miss Long Kuei, do you remember our 10-year agreement? Within 10 years, the Luo family will surpass the 7 family. That's right. The benefit I get is that the Regent estate's pace will be slowed down. Within 10 years, the Luo family will rise. By that time, it'll be hard to say who's the best. What a big mouth. Alas, for the safety of our families, we'll have to work together to save the Drifting Flowers edifices this time. However, it would have been better if we had known this earlier. Now that they've come to an agreement, we have no reason to interfere with the contest. You bastard. Your proposition was a bad move. You've made it a competition for treasure. Competing with the vicious Pill King in alchemy is the same as handing over the treasure to him. Do you think I wanted to? Otherwise, why else would they take a step back and leave a lifeline for the Drifting Flowers edifices? Besides, you won't have to worry about this. As long as you help me in the future and don't let the Drifting Flowers edifices get destroyed, we don't need to worry. Do you have a plan already? Perking the corner of his mouth, Zhuo Fan spoke with confidence. It's just alchemy. Let me take care of the vicious Pill King. What? The vicious Pill King is a 7th grade alchemist. Are you? This time they were panicking. The 7th grade is the highest in the Qianyu Empire. The vicious Pill King is the #1 alchemist in the Pill King Hall. He's an alchemical master, who's said to be the top one in the Qianyu Empire. Could it be that Zhuo Fan, at such a young age and cultivation, has already accomplished the same? What kind of monster is this kid? He's probably the only one who's at a high level in both alchemy and arrays and also has such strength. Among the younger generation, there are few who can reach him. I knew Zhuo Fan's alchemy techniques weren't simple, but I never expected this kid to be a 7th grade alchemist at such a young age. Don't think too highly of me. I'm just giving it a try. It doesn't mean that I'll win. Alchemy requires at least 3 things: cultivation, technique, and flame. Cultivation determines the extent and duration of their control of the fire. Each family keeps their alchemy technique a secret. The flame determines the degree of refinement of the ingredients. Although I have no idea what the azure flame is, it should be strong enough. With the power of the azure flame, I should be able to refine a 7th grade pill. What if you fail the contest? Long Ju saw Zhuo Fan silent and was beginning to worry. Then, I must steal it from him. If the body roots are in my hands, the Regent estate will definitely turn their attention towards me. The Drifting Flowers edifices will have a chance to survive. But, then, you'll have 3 great families chasing after you. Long Ju's eyes trembled, worried for Zhuo Fan's safety. A smile leaked on Zhuo Fan's lips. Haha. So what? We'll end up being enemies sooner or later, so why not disrupt their plans, before it's too late? As long as I attract their attention, you 3 families will have time to prepare. Zhuo Fan's words moved them. He was using his life to buy them time. This is no different than Zhuo Fan sacrificing himself to give the 3 families time to prepare. Ordinary people would not risk their lives for an assumption that may turn out to be false. Good. You've got courage. Even Jian Suifeng had to admire him. Xie Tianyang slapped his shoulder. He was silent, but his eyes spoke volumes. It was a hero's appreciation of another. Mr. Xie, show mercy. A charming voice was followed by the appearance of a figure in red. Hey! They suddenly froze. Everyone, Song Yu just forgets to use his brain sometimes, and indeed, he wronged all of you. Peony Overseer thought they wanted to get revenge on Zhuofan and rushed over to save him. So please, save me some face. Don't argue with a kid. This made them exchange a glance. It was though they sent out a message though their gaze, and all agreed to play along. Zhuofan was always so cocky that Long Ju, a senior, looked for any chance to poke fun at him. Such disgraceful disciples you have. If you hadn't arrived in the nick of time, I would have slapped this kid already. Yes, yes. Uncle Ju, please don't reason with him. Peony Overseer nodded again and again. Zhuofan's heart jumped and knew something was up. And sure enough, Long Ju bypassed Peony Overseer and patted his shoulder like a teaching elder. Kid, you kept your life this time, but next time, you better watch out. Then Long Ju slipped away, walking faster than normal, afraid Zhuofan would settle the score. This old troll is taking advantage of me. Xie Tianyang, having learned by Long Ju's example, slapped his shoulder with a proud smile as he blurted. Watch it, kid. Next time, I won't let you go like that. Just know that I am stronger than you and much more smexy than you. Calling me your brother right then, that's a bit too much, okay? Xie Tianyang was carefree in his speech. If it were any given day, he'd never had the balls to speak to Zhuofan in such a way. What kind of fucking brothers are these guys? Just then was bromance and all. Now, they are taking advantage of me. As Zhuofan glared at the two's retreating figures, a charming voice spoke. Oi, what are you looking at? Feeling unsatisfied? You are of the younger generation, like me. When you meet Uncle Ju next time, you have to be more respectful. You don't got no sense of who's more important, do you? Such poor manners. Even she is taking this chance to get her revenge. Long Kuei stuck out her chin, passing him by with an attitude to match. If there wasn't anyone from the drifting flower edifices here, I would have pulled your pants off and beat the heck out of you. Zhuofan felt bleak. Long Jie passed by him and he glared back as if to say, what, you're also going to kick me around? Once all were gone, Xiao Dandan sighed and smiled. That was too dangerous. Luckily, I notified my master in time and came immediately to save you, or else. Who told you to come? Zhuofan glared impatiently and howled. If it weren't for you guys, how would they have gotten a chance to bully me? Peony Overseer flared. Song Yu, just because I have your back doesn't mean you can bully my disciples. Humph. If it weren't for Dan Dan coming to me and begging me, I wouldn't have cared if you died. No men are good. All their morals are non-existent. Dan Dan, this kind of man is not worth your sacrifices. Xiao Dandan looked back at him. It's time to tell Chu Ching Cheng everything. The body roots in exchange for the temporary peace of the drifting flower edifices should be a beneficial deal for them. Zhuofan thought for a moment then walked to the guest hall. Owner Chu, I have something to talk to you about. Regarding the survival of the drifting flower edifices. I believe you will be very interested. Yet his words fell on deaf ears. Zhuofan looked down to find Chu Qingqing's eyes dead. Oi oi. No way. A heavenly profound master and the head owner of the drifting flower edifices but can't even take this small beating. A man's betrayal can hurt her this much. This girl's heart is too weak. But sis, if you are dead serious, at least gimme the body jade sap. If I saw her like this a day ago, I would have laughed my ass off. But, this time is different. If Chu Ching Cheng is in any trouble, then all the drifting flower edifices will fall. And isn't that what the Regent estate wants? That's why I can't take the body jade sap by force. I can only get it by asking nicely. Owner Chu, wake up. Hear me out on how to save the drifting flower edifices. I promise you won't be disappointed. There is no other way. If you lock your own heart to escape the harsh reality, no one will be able to wake you up except yourself. Sister Chu Chu, why so serious? Suddenly, Chu Ching Cheng moved and the light came back in her eyes. What did you just call me? Sister Chu Chu, wake up. Zhuofan shook to her as he used bewitching whispers. His voice was amplified hundreds of times in her ear. Chu Ching Cheng shivered and woke up. Ah, it was you, thanks. No problem. As long as you wake up. Ah, yes. I have something too. It's okay. Nothing else matters now. It is my fault that the drifting flower edifices are like this today. I will perform my final act for the drifting flower edifices. Actually, you can't blame yourself for everything. The drifting flower edifices still has Song Yu. Coming to that, I have to thank you. I don't know how you convinced the Veiled Dragon Pavilion and the Sword Marquis Abode into giving us another chance. If it weren't for that, then the drifting flower edifices would have no dignity at all. Ah, actually, it's okay. You don't need to say so much. I get it. I know you want to cheer me up, but it is fine. I got through it. There is still some time till the 100-pill meeting. I want you to do something for me. She pulled Zhuo Fan outside. The pitiful Zhuo Fan tried many times to get a word in, but was always shut down before he could finish. His only choice was to let Chu Qingcheng pull him.